Fight Club presents The Beach House.
Starring Briston Fialic as Eric,
Quinn Dvorak-Kinter as Canon,
Brisa Mejia as Theophania,
Ari Hartman as Shvanka,
Jinx Peterson as Baron,
Josh Dostoevsky as Max Satterstan,
Maya Bowker as Brittany Satterstan,
Sadie Rosenkrantz as Jonathan Starkley,
Henry Lipp as Lord Stefan,
Constance Ross as Lady Catelyn,
Caden Seiko as Silas Kroskovich,
Hayden Selene as Sybil Green,
Aislinn Patrick as Ensemble 1, Sol Ulasik as Ensemble 2,
Colin Bolger as the narrator,
and Kayla Johnson reading stage directions.
Written by Casey Barish.
Directed by Kendrick Chen and Casey Barish.
Act 1, Scene 1. At Rise, Eric and Sybil are sitting on the end of the messy twin bed. Sybil is watching Eric's face, but Eric glances out the window, wishing he could be anywhere else right now. As the curtains open and the lights slowly come up, Sybil plants a kiss on Eric's chin. Eric tries not to flinch. Lights up.
A quaint home. A very old bedroom with twin beds. One of the beds is messy, while the other is neat, but collecting dust. Posters and various children's drawings cover the peeling wallpaper, but there are no toys or children's clothes to be seen. On one side, a dusty window is open, letting in the crisp winter air. On the other, a door hangs open slightly.
Are you ready?
Not really. I'm exhausted.
That's not what you said earlier.
Well, it's what I'm saying now.
Let's get a hotel room, Eric.
Please, stop touching my belt.
You'd like it. You know, I'm very good.
You have experience?
Well, no, but I'm on the pill.
The pill?
I take half a dozen pills every day. One of them's gotta do it, right? You said you're seeing someone later? Is it another woman? Is that it?
No, Sybil. I'm seeing my father, and trust me, I'm not at all happy about it.
Eric Satterstan, age 25, lives with his mother, an unpaid intern at Roscor Banking Corporation, the unwilling, unprepared, generally uncomfortable lead. Sybil, Eric's girlfriend. Of course, you already knew that. She traces letters into his chest. WHOOPIE.
I don't understand. You make me feel like some kind of loose woman. But I'm not the freak here. There's something wrong with you, Eric. Seriously wrong with you. No man has ever turned down Whoopi.
I've had it with you. Get out.
Sybil scoffs, offended. She picks up a fur coat on the bed, puts it on, and exits stage left. Eric crosses to a small dinner table. He sits, alone. The narrator stands behind him.
Yes, Eric knew what whoopee meant. He was 25 years old. If he hadn't known it by now, he was never going to figure it out. The problem was, well, he just didn't get it. It never seemed more than a waste of time, a risk, and, above all, completely unsanitary. When Sybil kissed him, Eric made sure to wash his mouth out later.
Honey! I think I lost the keys again.
God damn it.
Thanks for letting me in, sport. I'll find my keys one of these days.
Sure.
Jonathan Starkley, middle-aged middle manager of middling success. Eric's mother's no-labels romantic partner of 13 years. Portly, which is to say, fat. Owns a car. He's harmless, really. Much better than Eric's father.
Brittany runs in from stage right. She joins Eric and Jonathan at the dinner table. They open the paper bag and take out paper plates and chopsticks. As they eat, Eric notices his mother setting aside a plate at the empty seat next to him. Eric sighs.
She never stops hoping, does she?
If Cannon comes home tonight, he'll probably want some of the fried rice.
He's not coming home.
You never know.
I do know, Mom. If Cannon is unreachable, it's because he doesn't want to be found.
Max Satterstan Jr., also known as Cannon Satterstan, Eric's twin brother, born on the same day of the same month of the same year, and it's said they have exactly the same face. Eric, a straight-laced bank intern, lived with his mother. Cannon, last seen wearing heavy eyeliner and pink-spotted tights, hadn't been home in 10 months.
I'm not hungry. I have to get going.
You're going to see your girlfriend.
No.
You're going to find Cannon?
No. Even if I wanted to, I probably couldn't. I'm going to see Dad.
Oh.
Eric crosses to his bicycle and exits. Jonathan and Brittany take the leftovers and exit. The narrator remains in Cannon's seat and picks up a newspaper, bending down the pages to face the audience.
Of course, the Satterstan family never went a day without seeing Cannon on the cover of some tabloid newspaper or another. Wherever he was, it was probably somewhere in New Champlains, a swanky bohemian city in the south. Son of multimillionaire Max Satterstan, on the loose, living in sin, drugs, parties, and arrest once in a while. When Cannon's mugshot was in the papers, Eric tried his best to buy up all the newsstands to get rid of them before his mother could see. But she always found out. His brother hadn't been home in a while.
On the other side of the stage, lights up on a recording studio. Two people sit facing each other, journalist number 1 and Max Satterstan. Lights up on the recording studio.
Welcome back to HNPR, Horan National Public Radio. Not to be confused with HPR, Horan Public Radio, our rival station, or Public Horan National Radio, which focuses mostly on international boxing. In the studio today, we have longtime platinum donor Max Satterstan, businessman, philanthropist, what should I call you?
Just Max, if you will.
Right. Max, before we begin, I want to ask what you have to say about the rumors. People have sent letters to the studio about...
Well, let's look at it this way, all right? A, I didn't own the hotel. B, I didn't get the insurance. C, this is outrageous libel. 4, the police forensics have already concluded that the fire could not possibly have been an arson case. 6, if there were arsonists, I never met the arsonists, never heard of the arsonists, never hired the arsonists, never paid the arsonists, and never got a cent of the insurance money.
Actually, I was going to ask about your properties.
Properties? Oh, yes, it's true. I'm selling 6 of my apartments in Jaquern.
Care to elaborate?
No, next question.
It wasn't hard to see why Max Satterstan was so successful at driving up sales. He was charming, he was handsome, with his slicked hair and thin silver mustache. He managed to straddle the line between mysterious and all-telling. Sure, no one really knew how much money the Horan entrepreneur really had, nor how he made it, nor how, failure after failure, he managed to hold on to it. But they did know who he was, charming and handsome, mysterious and all-telling.
Max, irritated, shoos away journalist number 1, who exits. Eric enters, lost among the radio equipment. He leans his bicycle against an armchair.
You're late. What took you so long?
I honestly don't know what this is about.
Is that a bicycle?
No, it's a submarine.
Is that how you got here? Riding around like some kind of vagrant paperboy? Are you not a Satterstan? People will see you, son. People will talk. By the time I was your age, I was a beat cop, married and father of 2. You, at 25, are Bupkis, an unpaid intern who lives with his mother, who rides around on a rusty bicycle.
I would gladly live like a Satterstan if I had even a penny of the Satterstan fortune. Ever heard of the term alimony? What about child support? Does that ring any bells?
I paid for your business school, didn't I?
What about Cannon?
Actually, that's what I wanted to discuss. The money, the legacy, all that in a bottle of gin. You understand what this means, right? As my eldest son, you get to carry on the legacy of the Satterstan estate. It won't be easy. Everyone will be watching you. You'll have to make difficult choices. You'll have to cut out the competition. I've been rewriting the will. I want you to have the estate, son.
There was a ring. To Eric, it sounded more like an alarm bell.
What about Cannon?
Well,
You can't just cut him out.
son,
Don't son me. I'm not cutting my brother out just because you have.
this is a matter of preservation. For me, for you, for the estate, and most importantly, for all future Satterstans. We cannot let him have access to the money. You and I both know he would run it into the ground within a year. You've seen the newspaper headlines. God, he gives me a headache. My stocks go down every time they put his goddamn name in the papers.
I pity your stocks then. Put my brother in the will.
You think you have any say in the matter? It's my money. I get to decide where I wish to squander it.
Squander it? As if you've never squandered a cent on a drink or a mistress.
At least my mistresses were women. I had hoped you would understand.
One of your lady friends is calling. Go on, answer it.
I'm amending the will. As far as I'm concerned, you're my only heir. You alone. I suggest you take my advice and stop spending time on foolish affairs.
You're one to talk.
And I suggest you listen to me. You're taking on my name, son. It's coming sooner than you might think. Leave your foppish brother behind. This is the real world. And in the real world, you swim or you drown. You know, I really do have to take this call.
Max exits to answer the phone. When he is gone, Eric erupts, throwing items from the studio in Max's general direction.
God, go on. Find another heir. Go choke on your money. Go buy a yacht and die on it.
Eric huffs and drags his bicycle off stage. The phone stops ringing. Blackout. Act 1, Scene 2. Breakfast. Jonathan is engaged in conversation with a previously unseen character, the infamous Canon Satterstan. Brittany is taking a phone call. Eric, upon hearing all the chatter, enters, still wearing pajamas. Lights up.
You? What are you doing here?
Visiting my mother. She called. And you?
What? You've been completely unreachable for the last year. Where were you?
Eric, don't look a gift donkey in the ass. Cannon is home, isn't he?
Yeah, what he said.
Are you wearing my robe?
Yes. Yeah, I think I am.
God damn it.
Brittany crosses the stage, and the look on her face causes all the commotion to come to a screeching halt. Eric takes a seat next to his brother. Brittany sits a thick file folder of papers on the table. She clears her throat.
Cannon, I called you home because I have some terrible news. I received a phone call this morning, and boys, your father is dead.
What?
How?
According to witnesses, we think Max was expecting a lady friend at his apartment last night. He was standing on a chair to change a light bulb with the window opened, and a bee flew into the window, so he swatted at it.
Oh my god.
Actually, he was fine after that. What happened was he swatted too hard and the chair tipped over.
Oh my god.
He was actually okay after that, but then he tried to get up from the ground and grabbed hold of the wheeled step stool, and he slammed into the wall.
my
And
God.
the door, which was knocked slightly ajar, shuddered open more, so he grabbed a hold of the door frame, but instead of allowing him to stop and stand up, the wheeled step stool rolled right out of the apartment and he fell down 12 flights of stairs.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
When he landed at the bottom, he rolled into the area of the lobby that had wet paint on the floor, spraying himself with white paint. Then he rolled into the caution tape surrounding the wet paint, and it began to strangle him.
Oh my god.
The bellboys rushed over to help, but they'd forgotten about the repairman in between them, and Max was fixing the chandelier at the time. The bellboys pushed the step stool out of the way into the repairman, who began shouting at them. All at once, the ceiling rumbled. The bellboys and the repairman jumped out of the way, but your father was right under the chandelier. It fell, and he was crushed to death.
Holy fuck. Is he dead, or...?
He died instantly.
I don't understand. I was at his apartment last night. How? How?
Of course you were.
What's that supposed to mean?
Daddy's boy right here. I bet you're getting the estate, aren't you? You're Max's real son, after all. I'm nothing to him anymore. Just some kind of freak. That's me. I bet he left you the whole inheritance.
What the hell? Dad is dead, Cannon. Can't you wait 1 minute before you complain about the will? I bet we don't even have that yet.
Actually, I have the will right here.
Daddy's boy.
Shut up.
Max filed this at my firm, so I got it this morning. I, Max Satterstan, being sober and of sound mind, hereby declare this to be my last will and testament, hereby revoking all wills written prior to... Whoa. This is dated almost 10 years ago. I will appoint my eldest son, Eric Satterstan, as executor of the will.
I'm not the eldest son. I'm 40 minutes younger than Cannon. Why does everyone think I'm the older twin?
Probably because you're the better twin.
Let's say nice things about ourselves, Cannon.
Oh my god. What is this? Eric... Cannon, I didn't know there were...
Didn't know what?
In the following documents, I will sketch out a plan for the liquidation of all my remaining businesses. As for the money itself, the matter is far simpler. I want my executor, this being Eric, to locate all my heirs. When he does, I want my estate to be split equally between my 5 children.
5 children?
Goodness.
These children being my son, Eric Satterstan,
Okay.
my son, Max Satterstan Jr.,
Ugh.
my daughter, Theophania Satterstan du Lamar,
Who?
my daughter, Jovanka Satterstan,
Jvanka? That's not even a real name.
and my youngest son, Baron Van Thorpe, who shall also inherit the beach house.
What the hell? Who the hell are these people? Cannon and I don't have siblings.
I suppose everyone's got accordions in their closet.
There's no way I have brothers and sisters. Wouldn't the press have caught on? They're obsessed with my father. I would have at least read about them somewhere.
I don't know, but it looks like you're going to have to find them, sport.
Actually, I do know who the first is. Theophania du Lamar, she's Bassie's daughter.
Bassie?
Yes.
Like your best friend, Bassie?
Yes.
You're saying that Dad had an affair with your best friend?
A beat. Jonathan reaches into his pocket and produces a set of keys. He jingles them. The twins glance up.
I think it's time for a road trip, kids!
All exit. Act 1, Scene 3. Lights are dim. 2 spotlights on stage, one on Brittany and one on Theophania. Both are by the phone. Theophania picks up her end and dials. Brittany lets it ring for a minute. She sucks her teeth in before she answers, and winces before she puts it up to her ear.
Hello? Max is dead, right?
Yes. Wait, who is this? I thought this was Bassie's number.
My mother is at work. She told me not to call you, but here I am, calling you.
Theophania?
Look, I just wanted to know what you knew about my mother, you, me, Max, the whole, situation, because I'm not sure if I have the full story.
What do you know?
Well, Max was married with kids. You were the wife, Eric and Cannon were the kids. He ran off a couple times a week to a city a few hours away, New Champlains. There he met my mother, who had no idea about any of that. They dated briefly, but she moved on from him with a new guy she was seeing. Then she discovers she's late.
When did she tell you?
Never. It was basic mathematics. Max didn't answer her calls. She married her boyfriend, my stepfather, Jean de Lamar. Bassie knew, Jean knew, everyone knew. When I announced to my mother that I knew too, she made me promise not to tell anyone. She made me promise not to tell your sons.
I don't blame her for not wanting to cause a scene.
Right, and fine. It was justified then, but Max is dead now. I wanted to reach out to them. Eric and Cannon, I mean. They're my brothers, aren't they?
Theo,
My mother called me Theo. You and her were friends, despite the fact that you were the wife and she was the unknowing mistress.
I guess that's true.
Why?
I don't know. It seemed easier than hating each other. She gave me a place to stay when Max and I separated. I helped her with you when you were a baby.
Jean had a saying, a roof is more than a bunch of loose tiles.
Look, I can help you with whatever you need, but I don't know if it's the right time to reach out to Eric and Cannon. They're still grieving, and they might not be grieving in the same way as you or I.
That's why I need to talk to them. Look, I'm not resentful. You're not to blame, and neither are your sons. We need each other right now. A roof is more than a bunch of loose tiles, and I think our two families are settling in for some awful weather.
Phone static rumbles. Detectives 1 and 2 cross the stage in the dark. One of them has a flashlight, and the other is taking notes.
What was that?
I don't know, but I want to see them.
They're cleaning out Max's apartment. I guess if you want any of his belongings, you could go over there and ask.
Thanks, but I'm only interested in the truth.
You're just like your mother. Do you know that?
I'll send my regards. And thank you.
Lights change. Theophania and Brittany exit. Lights up on Eric, Cannon, and Jonathan in the car.
Okay, I think this is the place. Ross Core gave me the keys last night.
The keys to what? Where are we?
Your father's apartment, sans his mangled corpse.
Swell. Why?
Dunno, I'm sure Max would have wanted you boys to have at least 20% of whatever eccentric paraphernalia he hoarded in his penthouse suite. Besides, it might be plot relevant.
I doubt it.
Did you say weird rich people shit?
I've got to step into the office, but your mother will be here to pick you up in an hour. Have fun if you can manage it. Bye now.
Jonathan hands Eric a key. Eric and Cannon leave the car. Blackout. Act 1, Scene 4. A gleaming bachelor's apartment that used to belong to a not-so-gleaming bachelor. Lavish furniture is scattered all over the stage. A couch, a dresser with a radio, a desk, a mirror, a fireplace, and so on. On the walls, there's a combination of defunct hunting rifles and mounted animal heads. Some recognizable, others less so. On the ground, there is a bearskin rug that stretches out more than it ought to. Perhaps it is made from an incomprehensibly large bear, or perhaps it is made from multiple bears. Eric and Cannon enter. They investigate the apartment for a while. Then Theophania enters. The twins gape at her.
Oh my god. Are you...
Unfortunately, yes.
You're not one of my father's lady friends, are you?
Shut up. She's our sister.
Oh.
Theophania de Lamar.
Wow. Wait, there's something... Your nose.
My nose?
Your nose looks like Cannon's. Cannon, come here for a second. See? A spitting image.
Eric and Theophania look around to discover that Cannon has dumped out a dresser drawer and is putting on random clothes. Upon being caught, he gives his siblings a puppy dog look.
What? It's not like Dad's gonna wear any of these anymore.
Whoa. This here is a receipt for a donation. $10,000.
Makes sense. That sort of thing is common, especially for the rich. It was probably for tax purposes.
Right, but this one looks like it was supposed to be anonymous. And to an orphanage, too. Dad hated orphans. He went on a whole tirade about them one time.
Lights on the recording studio.
Right, that's what I was saying. We need to invest more in juvenile detentions, or else we're going to end up with a caravan of dirty-faced orphans in the street, robbing people with their little orphan knives.
I don't see what's wrong with an orphan here and there, Mr. Satterstan.
And what's the deal with orphans anyway? The way I see it, it's a lifestyle choice. The dead parents thing is just an excuse. I'm sure they could find parents anytime they like. They're just lazy.
And how do you expect these children to find their parents?
Networking.
Networking.
I don't know. Either way, it's their problem, not mine. I deserve to have a city that's not overrun with orphans. You know, a buddy of mine in college had an orphan infestation once. Nasty stuff. They'd shoot right through the floorboards.
Mr. Satterstan, I think you're thinking of termites.
Is there a difference?
Lights change. Back to the apartment. Back to Eric with his donation receipt. His siblings look on over his shoulder.
I don't understand. Why would he have donated to an orphanage?
Maybe he had something he wanted to hide. You don't think that's our sister, do you? I went to the library and did some digging after I read the will. I couldn't find anything about Baron, but I did find something about Shvanka. Her mother's obituary.
Oh.
Which means that if Max wasn't in her life, Shvanka may well have been an orphan herself. There's no address on the orphanage, but the stamp seems to indicate it was mailed from somewhere on the northern continent, maybe as far as Vanovostok.
Oh, you're good. How do you know all this?
Basic research skills?
Yeah, that'll do it. I bet you're glad we have a cool younger sister who knows how to do everything. Without her and me, I bet you'd still be stuck outside of the apartment.
Well, I'd bet you'd still be stuck in the closet.
I should have ate you in the womb.
I should have strangled you with the umbilical cord.
Guys, I think I hear something.
A knock at the door. Eric crosses the stage to answer the door. Silas Koskovich enters. Eric is thoroughly confused.
Excuse me, sir, can I help you?
My name is Silas Kroskovich. I was hoping I can speak to Max. Where he gone?
I don't know what newspaper or radio station you're from, but my father is not available for an interview right now. Or ever. He's gone away to the big radio broadcasting station in the sky.
I am not with press.
That's exactly what someone from the press would say. Now beat it.
Eric, wait. I think I know him. I mean, I've seen him somewhere before. He was a friend of Dad's. You can let him in.
Eric lets Silas into the apartment. Silas is pleased at this.
Silas Andrei Koskovich, a strange, sickly, thin man of ambiguous middle age. He walks like he holds a briefcase full of bees. This is not to say that the briefcase he was carrying was full of bees. It wasn't. At least, Mr. Koskovich was fairly certain that it wasn't.
What's all that?
You must be Eric, Max's oldest son.
No, but yes, I'm Eric.
And you, I assume, are Max Satterstan Jr.?
It's pronounced canon.
Canon?
It's always been canon.
And I'm Theophania, the bastard half-sister. Not that you seem to particularly care. How did you know Max?
I am a state attorney. I was contracted by Max 1 week ago to assist with rewriting will. Now, where he gone?
He's dead.
What?
He's dead, Silas.
You're on a first-name basis with this guy? Who is he?
Don't worry about it.
Well, as Max's contracted manager of estate, I will be collecting 10% inheritance. Mr. Satterstan, as oldest of Max's children, please sign here.
Now hold on 1 minute. Your name wasn't in the will at all.
It is law. I must collect 10%.
I've never heard of such a law. In the will, the real will, I'm the executor of the estate. If there's a 10% fee going to anyone, it's going to be me. Whatever money my father promised to give you, I'm sorry, but you won't get it.
But I'm executor. Me.
Take that up with a judge, man. It's been a pleasure, but it's getting late. I need to get home and help my stepdad cook dinner.
Yeah, let's go. Mr. Koskovich, if you need money, I heard the circus is hiring. Cannon, come along.
Actually, I've got to clean up all these clothes. I'll meet you back at the house.
Eric rolls his eyes and exits with Theophania. Cannon remains on stage. Silas peers up at him from the table, and Cannon returns the look.
I don't know what you think I can do for you.
When I work for Max, he say he want you at the wheel. Why?
Haven't you read the papers here? I've been living a life of sin and vice in the city of New Champlains. Drinking, smoking, getting arrested. Loose cannon, they call me.
Max was no stranger to those kinds of nicknames. He had plenty.
Right, sure, but there was one I had that he never got. I've seen you before. Where?
You perhaps saw me at one of your father's dinner parties.
Look at me. Stand up so I can see your face. It was the bathhouse on East and Solier. I went in late at night with a partner hanging on my arm. You were in there, bathing with a young man hanging on yours. You watched me as we made it to the back room, and I slid the door shut. Then, screaming, a police raid. We never got a warning, and they cuffed me with half my clothes on. I was dragged out along with a dozen other men, and we met flashing cameras on the street, people shouting my name. The cops shoved me into a car with no shoes, no wallet, and no explanation. I looked out the window at the other side of the street in the dark. 5 more men running out of the back of the bathhouse in towels. The cops chased them, but they jumped the fence. They were gone. The last thing I saw was a face on the other side. Your face. You.
Me.
You ran. Did you make it?
Only until next morning.
Have you been back?
To bathhouse on East? Never. I miss it, though.
Hey, I'm in the will. I've got my 20%. I'll open another, and I'll make sure the cops never get to it.
Silas eyes him greedily. Cannon leans in.
Meet me on the corner of East at midnight. Bring vodka, as much as you can carry. I need to get blistering drunk tonight, but I can't buy hooch because I'm on probation.
Lights dim. Music crescendos. Cannon begins to slip away, but Silas grabs him by the wrist. They pull together, and Silas chases Cannon's mouth. Cannon puts a hand in the middle of his chest, separating them.
You idiot. The blinds are open.
Let me fix.
Silas reaches a hand high in the air and yanks down, as if he were turning off a floor lamp. Blackout. Act 1, Scene 5. A graveyard. On center stage, a grave that reads, Max Satterstan, husband, father, adulterer. On stage left, Theophania stands alone. On stage right, Eric and Cannon stand between Brittany and Jonathan. They all stare at the words on the gravestone.
You know, this last bit is a nice touch.
Thanks. I was worried it might be a bit tacky.
No, I think it sums things up quite well.
Brittany and Jonathan each take out a small stone from their pocket. They pass the grave, each leaving a stone on top of it. They exit. Theophania appears confused.
It's a Satterstan family tradition. Look, here's a rock. You can put it on top of his gravestone if you like.
He's not my family.
He's barely mine, to be honest. He had custody on the weekends, but he never bothered visiting. Cannon and I would occasionally spend the summer in one of his log cabins out west, but that went about as well as you would imagine. When Dad was around, it was always but.
What do you mean?
It was always, I'll send you to college, but you need to study business. It was always, I believe you, but I'm going to check your backpack to make sure you haven't been stealing my pills. Always, I'm sorry I twisted your arm so hard, but I had every right to do it because you weren't listening to me. He had all these terms and conditions. It was always, I love you, but.
I'm sorry.
And that's not even getting into what he did to Cannon.
Cannon carries a boulder across the stage. He drops it on the gravestone, crushing it. He then stands with one foot over the boulder, as if he has just scaled a mountain.
Finally, you've gone where you belong, and don't come back. Max Sr., all the casing and none of the sausage, well known for carrying himself with the confidence of a much taller man. In a drawer full of knives, he was a spork. Max Sr., and if he were a geographic feature, he would be a golf course. Max Satterstan Sr., husband, father, adulterer, snollygoster mumpsimus, dandy prat, blatherskite, poltroon, mediocrist, dead. I get the last words now, not you. Me.
Cannon.
What?
You know, never mind.
Eric and Theophania place rocks over the grave. Cannon spits on it one last time, then tries to exit. He can't, because he's blocked by Detective Number 1 and Detective Number 2, who carries a notepad.
Whoa there, officers. I'm not the man you're after.
Max Jr.?
It's Cannon.
And I imagine you two are Eric and Theophania Satterstan?
That would be us, yes.
Oh god. If you're here to arrest me, I'll go willingly. Just do it quick before my mother comes back. I don't want her to see me in handcuffs. I'll go willingly.
We're not here for you, Mr. Satterstan.
At least not yet. We couldn't find enough evidence to make the charges stick.
Oh, swell. I love when that happens.
But we have a few questions for you three if you've got a minute. Nothing official. You all received a copy of the will, is that right?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Do you know anything about your other siblings? Your sister, Schwanka Satterstan? Your brother, Baron Van Thorpe?
No, we didn't know they even existed until a few days ago.
What about the beach house? It says here that your younger brother Baron is going to inherit a beach house, but provides no details as to where or what it is.
We don't know anything about that either.
Hey, why do you care about this anyway? We're the ones who have to track down our siblings, per the terms of Max's will. This is our problem to solve, not yours.
There was an anonymous phone call to the department last night. We suspect there might have been foul play.
Foul play?
Like murder?
No, nothing of the sort. On the contrary, if anything.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing at all. But just to be absolutely sure, you've never heard about a beach house of any kind.
God, man, this is a funeral.
Look, our father was a mystery, even to us. If you're trying to pin something on him, good luck, but we can't help you. Sorry.
The detectives sigh. They walk over to the grave, placing stones on top of the boulder. They exit. Eric, Cannon, and Theophania exit in the opposite direction. Blackout. Act 1, Scene 6. Lights up on Eric, Cannon, and Theophania. Sounds of a ship rumbling, seagulls, and so on. They each have a suitcase, and Cannon's suitcase is overflowing.
You really had to go and bring all those clothes? We're only going to be in Vanovastock for a week. How many times a day are you going to change?
First of all, twice. The morning outfit and the afternoon one, I'm not a barbarian. Second, this is the bare minimum. I already feel underdressed. I need to go upstairs.
Cannon exits in a hurry. Eric turns to Theophania.
So, what's the deal with your brother?
He's terribly seasick. It's been like this since we were kids.
No, I mean, in general.
Nobody really knows.
He told me that Max was going to take him out of the will. Why?
That's not a recent development. Those two have been fighting for as long as I can remember. But I guess the pot boiled over a few years ago, and they never spoke again.
What happened?
Promise you won't tell anyone?
I swear it.
Okay. Cannon and I were in the last bit of our secondary school. I applied to study business, and he applied for some kind of art degree. I can't remember. Anyway, we were staying at one of my father's houses. One night, I guess I came back late from studying. When I got there, it was a huge party. Not just that, but cops everywhere, and Cannon's face on the side of a cop car as they cuffed him for the first time. So, I called Dad. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have called Mom, but I wasn't thinking straight. All I was thinking about was how I might get in trouble for all this. Well, on this rare occasion, Dad actually showed up. He bailed Cannon out. He took us both home and started breaking things, screaming about how he wished he'd never had children. He was drunk. He got drunker, and then he passed out. When we got up the next morning, Cannon's house party had already reached the newspapers. Drinking, drugs, nudity, brawling, that sort of thing, and all the rumors associated. But what made our father the angriest was one rumor in particular. A rumor that the cops had found Cannon passed out in bed.
With a girl?
You know it wasn't. For that, Cannon's art school plans dried up overnight. Dad got him blacklisted from all government jobs, and without a degree, he couldn't do much of anything else. He split for the next city over, and the two never spoke again. Of course, I asked Sybil out a week later.
What?
You know, gotta cover my ass. I really wanted to go to college.
You asked out a girl so you could go to college?
No, it wasn't like that. I liked her. I liked, going to the park with her.
Okay, I'm going above deck to see if Cannon's okay. You should consider doing that once in a while.
Theophania storms off stage. The narrator crosses the stage with a concessions cart. They offer Eric a bag of peanuts. Eric declines, choosing instead to read a large ornithology-themed picture book. The narrator opens a bag of peanuts. Eric groans.
Are you sure you don't want peanuts? Whatever. Eric tried to read, but due to his peanut deficiency, words tumbled around on the page like flurries of snow on a Heimish mountain. He wasn't sure what he said to Theophania that he found so offensive. But it might have had something to do with Sybil. He had visited her shortly before his departure to Venovastock, and was still reeling from the encounter.
Sybil enters. Eric stands up to face her, lights on both of them.
Hey, I, brought you flowers.
They're crushed.
Yeah. I rode my bike all the way here, so I had to, sit on them. I wanted to see you, Sybil. These last few days have been insane. My father died, Cannon returned, I have 3 secret half-siblings. It's been a lot. I missed you.
I heard you were going to Venovastock with all those charming Venetian girls.
Yeah, that's where we think my sister Jvanka ended up.
With all those charming Venetian girls? You just want to leave me.
Eric turns out to the audience.
I never wanted things to go like this. It was good for a while. Sybil and I met at the local ornithology club. She was the president and I was the treasurer. She was a good friend and an even better colleague, but when people would make jokes about us, when they elbowed me and said I ought to ask her out, I ignored them. They were just jokes, after all. I didn't like Sybil, not like that. I've never liked anyone like that. Then things erupted with Dad and Cannon. Dad pulled Cannon's college money, Cannon left. Dad invited me out to dinner, his fancy restaurant. He said, "You're not like your brother, right?"
Eric, I've got something to tell you.
What?
Eric, don't tell me you don't know. All those jokes our friends made, you never noticed?
Those were just jokes.
No. They made them because everyone knew I was in love with you.
I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to humiliate her further with a dumb reply. I had my father's hand on my shoulder, too. But please, understand, that's not why I... Look, I didn't mean to hurt her. I just wanted her to be happy.
Please say something. If you want to just be friends, fine. But if there's anything more...
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
For one moment, he thought he'd done the right thing. The smile returned to Sybil's face. Then she reached for his hand, and he knew all at once that he had made a terrible mistake. He searched for an excuse, one that wasn't a lie. Eventually, he said,
I just want to take things slow, okay?
Okay.
But Eric didn't want to take things slow. He didn't want to take things at all, except for back to the way they were before. Now it was too late. Eric and Sybil returned from the camping trip, and soon she was at his house all the time, kissing him and going on dates and meeting his mother and talking about moving in together. And to top it all off, when Eric went to see her before he left to find his sister, she said this.
Fine. Go. Run off to Venovastock. But you gotta promise me something. When you return with your cut of the inheritance, you can't run away from me again. I want an apartment. I want a wedding. And Eric?
Yeah?
I want you. So go find whatever it is you need in Venovastock and come back a man. Because I won't have you if you can't have me.
Eric freezes in the spotlight. Sybil's spotlight dims, and she exits. When she is gone, Eric returns to his seat, trying to read. He isn't successful.
He always thought he was supposed to like Sybil. But being supposed to do anything didn't push you any farther along the path of doing it. Eric was supposed to like Sybil, supposed to want to kiss her, and supposed to want to occasionally do worse. But he just didn't. He couldn't say why. He was something else, something different. What that was, he didn't know.
Can you go away, man? I don't want any peanuts.
You know you want peanuts. But he had a nasty feeling it was becoming impossible to ignore.
Blackout. Act 1, Scene 7. Darkness. The sound of seagulls play. The Satterstans disembark from the ferry. They shuffle on stage, still in the dark.
Are you absolutely sure this is the place?
Absolutely. A friend of mine owed me a favor. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath with a kitchenette and a pool.
Must be a really well-off friend to let you stay here indefinitely.
The lights turn on. Eric, Cannon, and Theophania discover truly wretched conditions. A twisted broken lamp. A couch that looks something or someone died on it. Worse, Silas Koskrovich is sitting in a robe at the dinner table, drinking straight out of a bottle of vodka. He is as shocked to see them as they are to see him. He hides the bottle.
Cannon! I did not expect for you to arrive so soon. And Mr. and Miss Satterstan, I did not expect you to arrive at all. Can I get you something to drink?
Do you have a bellboy or...
What is bellboy? Cannon say you are staying here a few weeks while you find extra sister in Lutsk. I have spare bed.
How many?
I have spare bed.
1 spare bed. 1.
In other room.
Okay, Eric and Cannon? Family meeting.
Theophania pulls her brothers aside. Silas takes another sip of vodka, then exits to hide the bottle off stage. He returns, lingering awkwardly on stage left.
There's no way. There's no fucking way.
What's the issue?
You said 3 bedrooms, 2 baths? You said he had a pool, Cannon.
I mean, he does have a pool. He said the basement flooded 3 months ago, so you can kind of swim around down there if you want to.
Of course I don't want to. I want to leave right now.
Cannon, surely you know of a real hotel in the area.
I called everywhere. The only hotel we could afford blacklisted our whole family because one time Dad rented a room there, and when he finally left, there was vomit on the walls and a live tiger in the bathtub.
And how the hell do you know Mr. Koskrovich?
We're friends.
Friends? You're friends. Did you become friends before or after he tried to scam us out of Dad's inheritance?
I don't have to answer that. You're so ungrateful. Silas, baby.
Yeah?
You know an awful lot about the city of Lutsk. I'm looking for a 20-something woman, and if she's anything like me, she'll be where the booze is. Now, where is that exactly?
I would not recommend. City of Lutsk has placed ban on sale of alcohol. And anyway, I would not know. I am sober for 15 years.
I know. I don't mean to be a liability to you. Just this once, okay? And I'll make it up to you later, like I always do.
I would not recommend, but I can take.
All exit. Act 1, Scene 8. A funeral home. 3 wooden coffins on stage. Eric, Cannon, Theophania, and Silas enter warily. Silas goes to the last coffin and knocks 3 times on the lid. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, flapper girls and various speakeasies regulars pop out of their coffins. More come on stage, carrying set pieces such as a minibar, a table, a fabric divider, and a painting which they hang on the wall. The Satterstans get separated from each other. Eric dances with the girl on stage right. Theophania sits on a table, adjusting the flowers in a vase. Cannon stands by the door on stage left, Silas clutching his arm.
I do not like this place.
Let go of me so I can get a drink, won't you?
I will get drink. You stay.
But...
Stay!
Eric spins his dancing partner around. It is flapper number 1 in a red dress. She spins him back. He reaches out and grabs a drink. She does the same.
What was your name again?
Who's asking?
My name is Eric. I'm looking for my sister, Jvanka. Have you seen her?
I don't know. What's she look like?
I have no idea. You see, my father passed away recently and split his fortune 5 ways. Between me, my brother, and 3 half-siblings we didn't know about. I probably wasn't supposed to say that, but I've got to find Jvanka, or none of us get our money.
And you think she's in Lutsk?
It's my best guess.
Say more.
I don't have much more, but I'll try.
At the table, Theophania picks petals off the flowers in a vase. She glances up, and someone is sitting across from her. It's flapper number 2 in a blue dress.
Are you new here?
Evidently.
What are you doing with those flowers?
Oh, sorry.
You know, the red ones are for if you're married. The blue ones are if you're looking for a man.
Oh, I'm not looking for a man.
Oh.
This is my first time at this type of place.
Oh, love. Can I buy you a drink?
Lights and music change to indicate time passing. Switch back to Eric and flapper number 1.
My god. I'm so spifflicated, I'm already hungover.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure, why not?
My mother said to never, ever tell anyone. Ever, ever, ever.
Ever, ever, ever?
Ever, ever, ever.
But...
I was born out of wedlock. My mother and this foreign man she met when she was on her honeymoon. She never told my father, her husband, or anyone else, but I found the birth certificates. My father, my real one, had the last name Satterstan.
What?
Yeah. No one ever called me that, but my birth name was Franca, too.
Oh my god. Jvanka?
Yeah, come here. I'll show you the family pictures.
Wait, let me tell the others.
No, we don't have time. I have to get home. Follow me out.
Oi. I'm gonna feel this tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Eric and flapper number 1 exit together. Silas and Cannon keep drinking. Theophania and flapper number 2 take Eric's spot on the dance floor.
Are you sure about this?
Have you never danced with a woman before?
I don't think that kind of thing happens in Hora.
You'd be surprised, love. You said you were in town looking for your sister, yeah?
Yes, her name is Jvanka. Do you know her?
I'm afraid not, but I'll ask around. There's an underground boxing ring in the distillery quarter. You can find just about anyone there.
Even you?
Who's asking?
Me, love. I can't believe I just said that.
Here, I'll write my name on your arm and my number too. That way when I go home tomorrow, you can give me a ring. Drop a dime, however you say it on the southern continent. I can't believe I just did that.
You're leaving? What, do you have a curfew?
Only an early ship out tomorrow. I've got time for one more dance, though, if you do.
Gladly.
Theophania and flapper number 2 spin each other around one more time. When they're done, flapper number 2 kisses Theophania on the knuckles and then waves goodbye. Theophania heads to the bar and orders another drink. On the other side of the stage, Cannon and Silas lean against a wall, their shoulders touching. They're both watching the crowd, making sure no eyes are on them. When they see that everyone is distracted, their fingers knit together.
I want you.
You're drunk. You're drunk on cheap wine and bathtub gin.
I wish so we were alone.
Yeah, but we're never alone, are we? Always someone watching, someone judging. Did you know that you're not allowed to leave the country when you're on parole? I didn't. Not until after Eric brought the tickets. But I'm here now, for better or worse.
I wish so we were alone. I need we are alone.
Hold on. Where's Eric?
Who cares about Eric? Probably off with girl he was dancing, shacked up in cheap hotel somewhere.
Eric wouldn't do that. Let me look for him, please.
Cannon breaks away from Silas and begins searching the bar, pantomiming conversations with various people, all of whom point stage right, where Eric had left. As Cannon searches for his brother, Silas gets up on a table. He grabs a fork and hits it a few times on a wine glass.
Attention! Attention! I have just heard a police search on distillery in 5 minutes. Everyone out or you will be arrested!
All the speakeasy bartenders and dancers either hide in their coffins or run off stage in a panic, Theophania along with them. Cannon turns around just as Silas is getting down from the table. They meet in the middle.
You didn't have to do that.
Alone at last, no?
I saw Theo leave just now, but where did Eric go?
Who cares? He will find his way back.
A bang is heard off stage, followed by shouting, followed by a noise like someone falling down a flight of stairs. Eric limps on stage. He collapses. Cannon runs to help him.
Oh God, Eric, what happened?
I think somebody messed with my drink. I went outside. I met someone in the bar, and she said she was her, our sister, Jovanka. I followed her out, and she led me down this alley, and then she robbed me.
Oh my God.
I got away. But not before her brothers, her actual brothers, kicked me down a couple of times. My eye hurts so bad, Cannon. I just want to go home.
Stay right there. I'll get you some ice and then we can get out of here.
Reminds me of something Sybil always said. Oh, what did she say? All those charming Venetian girls.
Keep thinking about Sybil. Stay awake, stay with me.
Why am I still seeing her, Cannon? I don't even like Sybil.
What?
Yeah, I come to think of it, I don't really like any woman at all.
Silas grabs Cannon, yanks him to his feet, and pulls him aside. Cannon brushes him off, but fear flashes on his face.
You have been cold to me all night. What is matter, You think you can do better than me? You think you can do better than me?
What is wrong with you? I was checking on Eric. He just got robbed. Baby, I can't just waltz away at your beck and call.
You think you can do better than me? I will throw you and bastard family out to street. Police will find you, and since you are on parole, you will go to jail. You want?
I'll go home with you, okay? I'll do whatever you want. Just let me get some ice for my brother.
Cannon reaches behind the bar to get ice. As he does, Silas screams, throwing a vase at the ground.
Leave now or we are done!
Cannon rushes over, and Silas drags him off stage. After they are gone, Theophania returns, completely unaware of anything that has just happened. She walks over to the table and grabs her purse. When she does, she notices Eric lying under the table.
Eric, great gods, you're bleeding. What happened?
Robbed. Ice, please.
Theophania grabs ice and a rag from behind the bar. She presses the rag to his forehead. Eric grabs a piece of ice and rubs it under his eye. He props himself up again.
Cannon left me behind. I just want to go home.
I'll take you home. Come on, up we go.
Theophania slings his arm over her shoulder and helps him stand. They begin to hobble off stage.
Theo, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
You're a girl, right?
Pretty sure.
So, you don't like women. What's that like?
I'm a bad person to ask.
Why?
Lesbian.
Oh, horse feathers.
Come on, get up. Let's all get home.
They exit. The ensemble who were hiding in their coffins poke their heads out. Blackout. Act 1, Scene 9. Return to Silas Koskovich's house. Theophania lies Eric on the couch, puts a blanket over him, and exits. Eric slings an arm over his face and tries to sleep. Meanwhile, Jovanka sneaks on stage, dressed in all black, carrying a bag behind her. She attempts to find something valuable to steal, but is horrified and disgusted by the conditions of the house. Eventually, she pokes Eric awake.
Was it?
Dude, do you live here?
No, I'm just here for a few... Wait, who are you?
I'm here to rob you.
God damn it.
I was, but then I actually looked around and felt kind of bad. Are you okay?
This isn't my house. My brother's dodgy friend owed him a favor, so we're staying at his house until we find out... You know what? I'm not gonna explain this time.
Jovanka picks up Eric's wallet from the dresser. She's disappointed to find there is no money inside, but her demeanor changes completely when she recognizes his ID.
You're Eric Satterstan?
Yes?
Get up. On your feet.
Eric tries to get up off the couch. As soon as he stands up, Jovanka tackles him.
Cops don't come this far out, Satterstan.
Are you gonna kill me?
Where's the fun in that? Get up, you idiot. Come on, put your hands up.
What is going on?
I'm gonna kick your ass, rich boy. Your father ruined my life. Put your hands up.
Like this?
No! You're not surrendering, you're fighting. Hit me. Come on, strike.
Can we please just, work something out?
Take a swing.
Like that?
Look, man, I run an underground boxing ring. If you go in there and try that shit, the other guy will laugh at you, and then he'll kill you.
You run a boxing ring?
Yeah, and if it stays between us, I fix the matches.
Eric tries to say something, but Jovanka kicks him in the gut before he does. He collapses, gasping for air.
Weren't expecting that, were you?
Mercy, please.
You look just like the bastard.
Do I? Oh, have you seen me in the papers?
Yeah, you're never gonna find your siblings, man.
I think I just have. I'm looking for my sister, Jovanka Satterstan, a 21-year-old who grew up in an orphanage in Lutsk. And she is you.
No.
Weren't expecting that, were you? But I figured you'd show up sooner or later.
I think I robbed the wrong house.
Wait, just sign here, and we can get you a portion of the inheritance.
Screw that, and screw you. I'm out of here.
Jovanka exits hastily. Eric brushes off and sits in the center of the couch. Lights change to indicate that time is passing. When the lights come up again, Cannon and Theophania sit on either side of Eric.
And then she said, "Screw that and screw you, I'm out of here." It was the most confusing interaction I've ever had in my life.
And then she just left?
And then she just left. Didn't even sign off on the money. But I knew she was my sister because of how she talked. She sounded kind of like you.
Are you sure it wasn't just a weird dream?
It was real. She said she ran in an underground boxing ring.
The one in the distillery quarter? I think I know where she is. I'll be back in a few, just investigating a hunch.
Wait, I'm coming with you.
Stay home, Eric. No offense, but you seem to keep getting robbed. Cannon?
I don't think I can come. I've got prior obligations.
Right. I forgot you had to blow off your plans to feed Mr. Koskrovich liver oil and push him in his rocking chair.
Excuse me. I can blow off whomever I please. And it's fish oil.
Theo, I've got to do something. I can't just sit here.
I suppose you could try and contact the last of our siblings, that Terran guy.
Baron, but yes, I'll see if I can find a phone booth. I bet you'll have a lot more fun, though.
Oh, I will.
All exit. Lights change to red, and the ambient noise of an underground boxing club is heard. Theophania re-enters, taking a cautious seat at a table on stage right. As she picks up the flowers in a vase on the table, someone familiar enters from stage left, and Theophania can't hide her smile. It's her dancing partner from the Speakeasy.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be halfway to Anwich.
The ferry was delayed until late tonight. I came here because I heard that's where Jvanka was, and that's where I figured you'd be.
That's sweet. And dumb.
The sound of audience cheering is heard off stage, followed by the sound of a bell ringing. Jvanka narrates the match from off stage.
And the match begins! Ooh, looks like our new guy is going for the barberry maneuver. Then he flips, and we're looking at some resistance from our strong Sasha Stronik. And he's putting up a real schmuzzle, and he goes for the old-fashioned head pulverizer. And oh boy, does he do it. Gods, someone get a doctor, or a priest, or maybe the janitor. fellas, I'm gonna go get some juice. I'll be back momentarily.
Jovanka enters across the stage from Theophania and flapper number 2. She takes a swig from a bottle of vodka. Theophania whispers,
You know, I don't think those men are boxing at all. Certainly not. My uncle was a boxer and he never did any of that chair stuff.
You ladies got a problem with my ring?
No, only I'm not sure if I understand what Venusian boxing is. If you have a moment, would you mind explaining it to me?
Jovanka strolls over, looking the women up and down.
There really should be a tourist fee here.
We're not tourists.
What are you then? Part of the ensemble?
No, I've actually been looking for you, if you can believe it. I've heard you've already encountered my brother, Eric.
Yeah. I robbed him, smacked him around a bit, and then unrobbed him. What about it?
I understand you haven't had the best life.
Don't be sorry. I scraped my way through, didn't I? 13 orphanages by the time I got free. Now I live in downtown Lutsk and work 3 part-time jobs, including this. Not bad, I think.
And now, with Max dead...
Nothing changes. He wasn't my father, and none of you are my family. Eric told me about the inheritance. Even if the money exists, which I'm not sure it does, I'm not sure I want it. He's the bastard that killed my mother. I hate to breathe the same air he does. Or used to, supposedly.
The way I think of it, it's the ultimate middle finger. You and I weren't supposed to be in the will. Max wanted the estate to go only to Eric. But we can take the money and better our lives. That's the last thing he would have wanted.
But you're not my family. I don't have family. I raised myself.
That's okay. We don't have to be. Max isn't my father either, as far as I'm concerned. He's no more to me than a name on a piece of paper. When the will came out, I wanted to run away too. I wanted to pretend like I was from a normal family too. But it's all real. You don't have to call us your family, Shvanka. But I think you deserve to have one. And I certainly think you deserve to have a bit of the bastard torted gold.
Okay, fine. I'll take the money if it makes you feel better.
Eric has the will, if you want to sign off on it.
I'll find him then. Now, if you're not buying drinks or betting on the matches, get out of my club.
Shvanka gets up from the table, gives Theophania a quick salute, then exits. Theophania and flapper number 2 exchange expressions.
Are we buying drinks or betting on the matches?
I'd love to, but I really have to get going. I can't miss the ferry.
Mind if I walk you there?
And send me off like a sailor? Sure, why not?
I'll stand on the dock, waving my hand as your ship leaves the station, and I'll keep waving it and calling for you until you're no more than a blue speck on the horizon.
And I'll watch from my window as you start to disappear, and I'll think to myself, that's my girl.
Shall we?
Theophania and flapper number 2 exit arm in arm. Lights change. A twin bed covered by a heavy blanket of empty bottles, mostly vodka, covering the bed and floor around it. Cannon wades through the sea of bottles to reach the bedside. Silas Koskrovich is sitting in bed, drinking.
Baby, how long have you been here?
I have owned the house for 20 years. I inherit from father.
That's not what I meant. Put that down. You've clearly had enough.
Cannon.
What?
Life is mess, Cannon. House is mess. Job is mess. Empty bottles is mess. Sit with me. You are not too good for that, no?
He's an alcoholic. That 15-year sobriety pin, it's not even his. But I didn't know that before I came here. I figured, here's a guy who likes to drink. He can buy me beer while I'm still on probation.
I want to show you something.
Oh, God.
See it, will you? See it!
Cannon, warily, sits on the end of the bed. Silas wraps his arm around Cannon from behind. Cannon speaks to the audience.
Look, I'm not above pity sex.
Silas reaches behind Cannon and takes something out from under his pillow. He returns to the embrace, dropping a gun on Cannon's lap.
What the hell?
I bought at market today, in case anyone tries to get between us.
Silas, baby, I can't be anywhere near these things on probation.
You say this about vodka, then you say about leaving country.
Yeah, and I wasn't supposed to do those either. The cops in Hora are drooling on their warrants as we speak. It's only a matter of time, baby. I'm jailbound. My only hope is if we manage to find the rest of our siblings. Then, with the money, I can finally get a decent lawyer.
If please come here is what I do. First, I shoot you. Then, I shoot self. Problem solved.
Well, I can't leave him and he won't leave me. So I guess we'll go down, guns blazing.
I love you.
I'm not above pity sex.
Lights dim. Silas moves to kiss him. Lights out. Act 1, Scene 10. The next day, Theophania and Cannon sit together on the couch while Eric sits on the ground in front of them in a bird's nest of newspapers, photographs, and legal documents. He rolls a map across the floor and begins pointing at it.
Look, here it is, just like she told me.
She?
Is this about the phone call you made yesterday?
Yeah, I'd been trying all week, and I'd finally found a payphone that does international calls. And get this, I didn't even put in any coins. I stepped into the phone booth, and the phone rang. Crazy, right? So I picked it up. It was this lady, jurist, I assumed, based on the accent. But she was trying to disguise her voice, too.
Lights change. Eric comes forward to stage right. Sybil appears stage left, in disguise.
Hello?
Eric? Eric Satterstan?
How do you know me? This is a random payphone.
Not just any payphone. The only one in Venovastock that does international calls. I knew you were going to try to call from here eventually, so I kept calling until you found it.
That's not very efficient.
Well, I didn't go to business school, okay? Look, I'm a woman in the high ranks of nobility. You may call me Lady A, if you wish. I wrote about how you and your brother didn't know about your other siblings. Well, I wanted to warn you about one of them.
Warn me? About which one?
Baron Van Thorpe. More specifically, his family. Baron is the supposed son of Lord Stefan Van Thorpe, of a prominent noble family and jurist. There was always a rumor that Stefan wasn't virile enough to father a child. As the years went on, I started to hear rumors of his wife, Lady Catelyn, and her association with a Horan businessman. That they would rendezvous at a beach house near the estate. The affair. Your father. I never connected the dots. I guess I didn't want it to be true.
What do you know about Baron?
I'll admit, I've never met Baron, but I've met his parents on numerous occasions. Baron's mother, Lady Catelyn, well, she's very religious, let's say. She's likely not going to want to speak to you right away, as it's not considered proper for a wife to be speaking to strange men, and Stefan is a traditional lord. As reactionary and scripture-thumping as it gets, I would approach the subject very, very carefully with him. I don't know how much he knows and how much he suspects.
Do you happen to have any information on how to contact the Van Thorpes? An address, or a phone number, or...
Sure. In fact, I've already called them. They know you and your siblings are coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
When you get on the ferryman is going to slip you a piece of paper. It will have the address of the Van Thorpe estate. They don't usually allow outsiders to visit. Like I said, be careful.
Tomorrow?
You'll arrive in Jurist by the evening. I told Lord Stefan that his wife is the one inheriting 20% of the estate. I said that Max Satterstan was her distant cousin. It will be an easy lie to uphold, because Lord Stefan doesn't seem to care overly much about his wife's affairs. And also because she technically will get the money. At least for a while. Because Baron Van Thorpe is...
Sorry, I didn't hear that last bit. Baron is what?
Take care, Eric. I mean it.
And call your girlfriend.
Sorry?
You haven't called her since you got here.
I don't have any money. Besides, I don't think she wants to hear from me.
You're right. She doesn't.
Sybil hangs up the phone and exits. Lights back up on Cannon and Theophania. Eric returns to his seat. As he does, Javanka enters with Silas Koskrovich in a headlock. She addresses the room.
Good. You all are in here. Do you know this guy?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Your back door is unlocked. I found this strange little man lurking around back there. Figured he was burglaring you. Gave him a what for, as they say in Jurist.
I live here!
Does he?
Unfortunately, yes. Nice to see you again, Shavanka.
We need ferry tickets to Jurist, like yesterday. We've got to get to Jurist before the press does. Javanka, you've lived here a while. How does one get a ferry ticket for tomorrow on a budget of,
I know a guy who knows a guy, and I could probably beat the shit out of both of them at the same time. May I ask why?
We've still got one sibling left to find. Our half-brother Baron. He lives in Jurist. According to our sources, he's something of a lordling, too.
A Jurist lord? Like, with a castle? Can I come?
Sure, I guess.
We didn't think you'd want to.
Of course I want to. 1, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see one of those fancy castles from the picture books. 2, I want my cut of the money. 3, screw the bastard.
Well, we're glad to have you.
We're leaving tomorrow, and I can't promise a castle. Can you get us tickets?
Sure. I know a guy who knows a guy, and both of those guys are me. I just need a lockpick, a specific type of lubricant, and a small statue of an elephant, and then I can get us some tickets. Follow me. Now, who here can fake cry the loudest?
That would be me.
Excellent. We'll need a diversion.
Wait, you leave tomorrow, Mr. Satterstan? What pity. I really enjoyed having guests at house. Perhaps you should stay for a few more days. I will show you best parts of Inovastock. Don't leave so quick, Cannon.
Yeah, can't we just stay a little bit longer?
I don't think we can. We need to get to Baron before the media finds him. If the Van Thorpes get exposed, they might go into hiding, and we'll never get the money.
Please, just a few more days.
Sorry, baby. I came out here to find my brother. I'm going to find my brother. Theo says we need to go tomorrow. We need to go tomorrow. I'll see you around, I guess.
Cannon, speak to me in kitchen, now!
You guys go on without me. Eric can fake cry pretty loudly, too.
Nonsense, we're going together.
I'm fine.
I'm not leaving you alone here.
You did it before.
Not this time.
You know, I can just take Theo. She's pretty good at not breaking out into pointless squabbling.
Cool. See you all later.
Cannon, now!
Eric slumps down on the couch. Silas and Cannon cross to stage left. Lights on Silas and Cannon.
I'm not saying that. I'm not.
You are saying you want to leave me.
Are you not listening at all? It's a day trip.
Everyone says, every time, everyone leave me alone. Poor Mr. Kozgovich, middle-aged whale who live alone in rotting house.
I really do think you should consider fixing up the place. You're a lawyer, aren't you? Why do you live like this? Anyway, not my point. Silas, I'm going to see my brother. This is non-negotiable.
I hate you.
I guess you won't miss me much then.
The sound of glass breaking is heard off stage. Cannon shrieks. Silas clutches his hand.
Cannon, look what you made me do.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Let me help you clean up.
No, you never care about me. You give me headache and now you give me this. Use me, like everyone, then let me bleed. You're cruel. Maybe you inherit from father.
Silas hurries from stage left to stage right, wrapping a towel around his hand. Cannon follows right behind him. Eric sits up, reaching out for his brother.
Cannon, wait.
What?
What's going on?
Nothing. Silas broke a cup. We're going upstairs to clean his hand out.
That's not what I meant. There's something unnatural about your relationship with Mr. Koskrovich.
Oh? What do you mean?
I mean, how did you convince him to let us stay here for a week? Why is he always trying to get you to speak to him in private? And if I'm sleeping on the couch, and Theo's sleeping in the guest bed, where do you sleep?
The bathtub, of course.
The way he talks to you, it's not how I'd talk to a friend.
Then I guess you don't have friends like I do.
I'm not sure I'd follow.
Eric.
Canon?
Eric, I'm a homosexual.
I know. You've told me at least 4 times, and I don't mind. I just think you can do better than him.
I really can't. Not right now, anyway.
Maybe you should go home then. All of this, it's not healthy, Canon.
I can't go home. There's a warrant for my arrest because I left the country on probation.
Then come with us to Jurist. We'll collect the money and figure something out.
I can't, not without Silas, and there's a warrant for his arrest in Jurist.
For what?
Fraud or something, I can't remember.
God, Canon, you really pick 'em, don't you?
Would you for one goddamn minute get down from your high horse? It's not something you would understand. The hotels wouldn't have me, not because they thought I was dad, but because they knew I was Canon. Silas agreed to house us for a week, for free. I can't afford to be picky.
Remember that party trick we used to do? Twin telepathy?
Yeah, we took everyone in a room and one of us went out. The other would encourage everyone to pick an object, any object. The brother who was out of the room came back and we pointed at several objects one by one. And at last we'd leap up saying,
I got it. I got it.
And we were always right. We did the trick at least 1,000 times. No one ever figured it out. People thought we really were telepathic.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? I wish I could know just a fraction of your thoughts. Just a sliver of your life. We came from the same womb, didn't we? And now we're farther apart than ever. Twin telepathy. I don't think there's anyone I understand less than my brother.
Is it true what you said at the juice joint the other night?
I don't know. I was drunk.
You said, I don't even know if I like women.
Yeah, but I'm not like you. I don't like anyone. If I was like you, I'd know by now, surely. But I don't like women, even though I wanted to.
Oh, I'm sure. Dear brother, there's only 2 kinds of people in this world. Squares and queers. You can't be both, and you don't get to pick.
Which one am I, then?
I don't know. Flip a coin.
Eric takes out a coin and tosses it. He catches the coin, but doesn't look at what it says.
What was it?
I packed your bags. They're behind the couch.
You want me to leave now?
That's your choice.
I can't leave him, not after all he's done for us.
The ferry's tomorrow morning, but we're sleeping in the back room at Jvanka's boxing club tonight. Theo and I decided we can't stand one more minute of this place. You can come, or you can stay here.
What if I get arrested?
Is prison really worse than this?
Cannon, where is fish oil?
1 second, baby. I'm just going out for a smoke break.
Cannon reaches behind the couch and grabs his luggage. They exit. Act 1, Scene 11. The sound of the ocean plays, followed by a ship blowing its horn, lights up on Theophania, Eric, and Cannon sitting together on a bench in center stage. Each of them has their luggage underneath their seat. Eric is reading a book. He's reading a book. He's trying to read a book. He can't read a book. He closes it and clears his throat. Cannon and Theophania glance up at him.
I think I'm asexual.
What did you say? I said, I think I might be asexual.
What?
I said, forget it.
The noise stops. Cannon and Theophania stare at Eric.
Were you trying to tell us something?
No, not really. We'll be there soon, guys.
You sure?
Yes. Now let me read.
But
Leave him be. If he doesn't want to talk, he doesn't have to talk.
Eric returns to his book. Theophania knits her fingers in her lap. Cannon lies across the bench. He pokes Eric's thigh. Eric groans.
What?
Do you think you might be asexual?
Huh?
Theo said it's a thing.
Yes, when I was studying psychology in college, I had the chance to access the latest research on the subject of sexual orientation. It's really an extensive subject with a wide umbrella, and while our culture and criminal justice system haven't caught up to the new research, I'm sure even 10 years from now we'll...
Asexual is when you don't like nobody. That's you, right?
Can I please just read my book?
Yeah. But that's you, right?
I don't know. Probably. Yes. You know, you really take the steam out of things sometimes.
Cannon finally leaves his brother alone, but he can't stop laughing. He's cracking up, absolutely losing it.
What's so funny?
Well, it's just that I'm, you know, right? And you like women, and Eric's asexual.
So?
So that's 3 for 5.
I don't get it.
3 out of 5 of Max Satterstan's children are queers. Sorry, what's the proper term in psychology?
Non-heterosexuals?
Yeah. 3 for 5 non-heterosexuals. Maybe 4.
I think Schwanka's straight.
Are we sure? Has anyone asked her?
It just seems statistically unlikely.
Zhivanka enters, wiping an apple on her shirt. She sits next to Theophania and takes a bite, chewing loudly and wiping her hands on Eric. A beat.
I'll screw anyone.
What?
That's what you guys were talking about, right?
4 for 5.
Lights go down, all exit. The sound of a crowd chattering as they walk down a large metal ramp. The sound of seagulls and crunching sand is heard shortly after. Eric, Cannon, Theophania, and Zhivanka all enter on stage right. Eric stands in front of them, like a queasy general giving orders.
Okay. Family meeting. We need to discuss this in advance. Remember what I told you. Be nice. Elbows off the table. Use the fork starting from the outside and going in. Don't make gross noises. If you need to go to the bathroom, ask where the cloakroom is. Above all, don't do anything weird around Baron. I don't think he knows he's related to us. Not, at least, based on my conversation with Lady A.
Don't worry, I have plenty of experience with this category of people.
It's not you I'm worried about. It's, other unnamed people in our party who, I will not identify.
Is he hot? Lord Stefan, I mean.
Dude, he's got to be.
Let's knock, shall we?
A knocking noise is heard. Lights up on center stage, on an ornate but empty dinner table. Lord Stefan enters from stage left to answer the door.
Good evening. You 4 are the Satterstan siblings, is that correct? And you were here about my wife's inheritance.
Technically, yes.
Ah, well, my wife and son are just finishing up with dinner. Now, you may speak with her about her fortune, if you wish. Rather, you may try. She's taken a vow of silence, as commanded by the scripture, to repent for her sins. She won't speak in the presence of men.
Okay.
Well, we're glad to meet your family, Your Eminence?
Lord Von Thorpe is suitable. You may be seated.
The Satterstans take anxious seats at the table. They each share their thoughts with the audience.
He is hot. And scary, but that makes it even hotter?
We need to tread carefully. Lord Stefan doesn't know yet. I have to figure out a way to tell Baron the truth about his father.
I didn't like the way he was talking about his wife. A vow of silence? That can't be healthy.
What the hell kind of forks are these?
Lord Stefan appears at the head of the table. He raises a glass of wine. Lady Catelyn shuffles in, bowing her head.
And here is my ball and chain, Catelyn. Of course, she only gets the ball and chain at night, so she doesn't climb out of the window, you see. And here comes my son, Baron, a fine young man. He just graduated summa cum laude.
From university?
No, from the 5th grade.
Baron skips on stage. The Satterstans balk at how young he is, a 10-year-old boy. Baron takes a seat at the table. He waves at the guests and begins fiddling with the silverware.
He looks just like his father.
Yes, he does.
Satterstans, I read about your case in the newspapers. The death of your father, what a tragedy. Such a shocking death by the apartment lobby chandelier. I pity him greatly.
I pity the chandelier.
Well, I believe I met Max Satterstan once or twice. He owned a beach house not far from here, in fact. Mr. Satterstan certainly had a very interesting way of living. He had many lady friends, from what I've heard. You know, I always assumed that perhaps it was part of the culture in horror to live in such a manner. But then I met others in high standing from the southern continent and learned that no, it was only the fine Max Satterstan who behaved like that.
Yes, he was quite interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, I think he sucked.
Ah, how unfortunate. I'd love to chat with you further, but I'm afraid it's time for me to practice my organ. If you'd like to discuss the inheritance with Catelyn, well, I wish you luck.
Eric. He's gonna practice his organ, Eric.
Shut up.
Lord Stefan exits. Haunting organ music begins to play. Theophania and Jovanka get up from their seats and stand near Lady Catelyn, who looks terrified.
Catelyn, right? Let's take a walk.
Wait, what's going on?
Jvanka and I are going to speak to Lady Catelyn in private.
What are we supposed to do then? Just wait here?
You two break the news to the kid.
Huh?
Baron, right? Let's take a walk in the opposite direction.
Theophania, Jovanka, and Lady Catelyn exit. Eric, Cannon, and Baron exit stage right and reappear on stage left. Lights on Eric, Cannon, and Baron. Eric kneels down.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
So I know we've never met before, but my name is Eric, and this is my brother Cannon. The woman in the other room are mine and Cannon's sisters, Theophania and Jvanka. Baron, we have something to tell you. Cannon?
Yes. Baron, you know how people have brothers and sisters?
Yeah. I don't, though. It's just me, Mama, Papa, and Papa's guns and holy books.
Well,
Baron, you do have brothers and sisters, but you have to promise you won't tell anyone, at least not for a while.
Huh?
Baron, we're your brothers. Theophania and Jvanka are your sisters. We just didn't grow up living with your mama and papa. We, don't have the same mama, but we all have the same papa, so we're half-brothers. Does that make sense?
So, Papa had other children, not with Mama. Why didn't he say anything?
Baron, do you know where babies come from?
I'm familiar with the concept.
Oh, thank God.
Baron, your papa isn't your real father. Your real father is mine and Cannon's father, a man named Max Satterstan. Now, a very long time ago, Max and your mama loved each other very much, briefly, and they made you.
What? My Papa isn't my Papa? Where's my real Papa then?
Baron, he's dead. We're here to give you a portion of the inheritance.
No! My Papa is my real Papa, and he's not dead yet, and he's gonna be real angry when I tell him what you just told me!
Baron, wait.
Eric and Cannon try to grab Baron, but he escapes and runs off stage.
Well, shit.
How old is he, 10? Oh, he can't be any younger, but he doesn't act like any 10-year-old I've ever met.
Yeah, I think maybe they don't let him go outside. We blew that, though.
We definitely blew that. This is really, really bad.
Eric and Cannon exit. Lights on Theophania, Jovanka, and Catelyn. The organ music stops with a bang. Eric and Cannon run on stage.
We really shouldn't have told him.
Oh,
we told
God.
him.
Oh,
Guys,
God, we told
fucked
him.
up. We shouldn't have told
we
him anything.
really blew it, guys.
Wait, told whom what?
Lord Stefan, beat red, storms on stage with Baron in tow. He confronts Eric.
Is it true, Satterstan?
Papa, don't hurt the guests.
No, it's not them who betrayed me. I had suspected for years that you'd been keeping secrets. Adultery, Catelyn. I thought you were above it. You've made a liar out of me.
Stefan grabs Catelyn by her bonnet and drags her to center stage. Stefan winds up to strike her, but Jovanka tackles him before he can, pinning his arms behind his back.
Release me, wastrel. I must be alone with my wife. The scripture commands it. You heathens would never understand.
I understand plenty, and my tolerance ends where your hand meets her cheek. Stand down.
Now, if you could just sign here, and the inheritance money will...
Not now, Eric. Catelyn, you said he sent you a letter?
I knew it. Those letters you got. You told me they are from your sister in Marienburg. Where are they really from? Speak, woman. Tell me the extent of your sins.
Catelyn takes off a glove. She reaches into her bosom and removes a sealed envelope, passing it to Eric. Eric opens the letter.
It's my father's handwriting, no doubt. All it says is, meet me at the beach house. You know why. Max. There's no address. I don't know what beach house he's talking about. But the letter, it's dated yesterday. It must be a typo. Maybe he switched the numbers on the date. Maybe someone's impersonating him.
Satterstan,
Maybe...
the twins' estranged father. Brittany Satterstan's ex-husband. Retired police captain. Failed foreign ambassador. Disgraced Secretary of State under the Vickers administration. Frequent carrier of venereal diseases. Womanizer. Hypocrite. Bastard. Deceased. Max Satterstan. Deceased.
I don't understand. He's dead.
Let go of me. I want my keys.
Why?
I've met Max Satterstan. I know where the beach house is. If anyone wishes to join me, they may. I'm going to take the limousine there and cleave his sorry manhood from his miserable shell of a body.
But he's dead.
When I'm through, he'll wish he was. Everyone, limousine now.
Lord Stefan reveals a gun, which he shows the audience before tucking it into his coat. All exit. Lights change. Lord Stefan is driving. Lady Catelyn sits on his right, while Eric, Cannon, Theophania, Jovanka, and Baron sit in the back. Baron is drinking straight from a bottle of sparkling cider. Eric nudges him.
You okay, buddy?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Leave the kid alone. He found out who Max Satterstan was 20 minutes ago, and it's already ruining his life.
Ah, this is the place. Now, where did I put it? I had the damn thing 1 minute ago. Where is it?
What are you looking for, Papa?
My gun! Ah, here we...
Everyone jumps out of the car. Catelyn puts Stefan's head in her lap. Jovanka checks his pulse.
He's fine. Still breathing. He'll come around in a few minutes.
He must have hit his head on the roof of the car when he was getting out. He was saying something about a gun, but I don't see one anywhere.
Eric,
What?
do you see that? Off in the distance. I think it's the house.
Mind if we go on ahead, Mrs. Van Thorpe?
Mama says that's okay. We'll meet you there later.
Okay. Shall we?
Pieces began to click together like rungs of a ladder, taking them straight down into the depths of Max Satterstan's underworld. For his whole life, Eric thought he knew everything about his father. After all, if he didn't already know it himself, he would surely find it in a newspaper headline, or a magazine, or any of those dozens of celebrity biographies. Hundreds, no thousands of scandals. Max Satterstan was the most documented man alive. Or rather, not alive. But here was this unturned stone lying on the beach in some obscure coastal town and jurist. In contrast to Max's other problems, this one was eerily tame. Politics, money, drugs, escorts, lies, 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 and a beach house.
Eric, Cannon, Theophania, and Jovanka exit. Lights out. Lights up on a dusty room with a couch, rug, and coffee table. There's a door frame separating this room from the bathroom and a wall panel separating it from the kitchen. This is the beach house. The Satterstans enter.
Hello? Anybody home?
No gas, no electricity. I'm gonna check the kitchen. Huh. A single egg, a bottle of Kaiser salad dressing, and a half-eaten package of donuts? Something's familiar. Anyone want a donut?
Where's the bathroom? I gotta take a piss.
Cannon.
What? Oh, sorry. I must retire myself to the cloakroom. Oh, here it is.
Cannon tugs on the door in center stage. It doesn't open. He summons his siblings.
It's stuck. Shvanka, can you help? Eric, too, if you're not too busy. We'll all pull together on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
Theophania returns just as the rest break the door open. Eric, Cannon, and Jovanka are knocked over. Theophania peers into the open door and screams. Her siblings look up, alarmed. Enter Max Satterstan through the door.
Hi, kids.
Blackout. Intermission.
The Beach House is a Bite Club production, made possible by WBCR and the Maple Tree Studio. Thank you for listening. The program will resume after a brief intermission.
Act 2, Scene 1. The stage has changed completely. Instead of the beach house, we are transported elsewhere to what appears to be a game show set, with 5 illuminated blue podiums on the left side and 1 illuminated blue podium on the right. Blue light bulbs surround the paper screen with 9 blank signs. Lights up. Silas Koskovich strolls downstage, wearing a dazzling blue suit and slicked back hair. He bows, and a recording of a live studio audience is played.
Welcome, 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 everybody! My name is Silas Andrei Krosgovich, and you're watching... Homewreckers! Ladies and gents, I'm thrilled to announce we have a celebrity guest on the show with us tonight, Lord Stephen Van Thorpe! Come on out here!
Silas, it's a pleasure. I love you guys. I'm so glad to be here in the studio tonight, especially for this game. I heard there were some real interesting guests tonight.
You bet, Your Highness! Speak of the devil, here they come now! On this side over here, we've got 5 lucky contestants. First up, we have Eric Satterstan, a 25-year-old banking intern from the city of Griddlemove, Aura. Eric, how are you feeling tonight?
Phenomenal, Mr. Koskovich. Absolutely phenomenal.
Phenomenal! And on Eric's left, we've got his twin brother, Max Satterstan Jr. from New Champleon.
It's pronounced Cannon.
Whoa, ho, ho, ho! A little touchy there, are we? And to the left of Cannon, we have his lovely sister, Theophania Satterstan du Lamar, age 24 from New Champleons. Theophania, is it Theo, dear?
Silas wiggles his eyebrows. Laugh track plays. Theophania looks uncomfortable.
Here on Theo's left, we have Svanka Satterstan, age 21 from Lusk, Vanovostok. Svanka, say something in Venetian for the audience, will you?
No.
And next to Svanka, we have our final team member, littlest but certainly not least, Baron Van Thorpe from Jurist. Baron, how old are you?
10 1/4.
Baron, are you ready to win?
Yes, sir.
Isn't he something? Now, folks, it's time to introduce tonight's homewrecker. Playing on a team for himself on the right side, we have Max Satterstan from Jacqueline Aura. Max, you're something of a rake, aren't you? A lounge lizard, a drugstore cowboy, mayhaps?
So they say.
Now, Mr. Satterstan is playing for his life tonight. If he loses, he'll have to pay all inheritance he owes to his 5 children. How much money is that, Max?
I usually just tell people to speak to my lawyer and then I walk away.
Max, you're up against these lovely contestants on the right, your alleged children in the most recent notarized copy of your will. They're going to compete with you to identify the most popular answers to one of our survey questions. How's that sound?
That sounds great, Mr. Kosgrovich.
Great. Max, I want you to meet me at this middle podium here. To start the game, we're going to face you off against your son, Eric.
Eric and Max meet on either side of a podium with 2 buzzers in the middle of the set. They stand, their hands hovering over the buzzers, looking at Silas Kosgrovich. Silas looks out at the audience.
The first question is, what is Eric Satterstan's middle name?
Lloyd, after my father.
Oh, really? Why didn't you put that on my birth certificate then? Mr. Kosgrovich, I don't have a middle name.
The correct answer was, I don't have a middle name. Points to Eric Satterstan, starting the game off strong. Since his team won the opening round, they had the first shot at our survey question for tonight. I'm going to start with Cannon, the oldest son, by 40 minutes. Cannon, that's quite the outfit there.
Why, thank you.
A real cake eater, this one. Now, Cannon, the question tonight and the question I'm going to be asking everyone else has the top 9 answers here on the board. The question is this. You believed your father to be dead, even going so far as to contact your estranged half-siblings on the other side of the world to collect on his will. Name something you might say after discovering your father is still alive.
What the hell?
Yes! What the hell is going on the board at 30 points? Theophania, I heard you buzz in next.
How did you get here?
Ooh, very high on the list. Second place at 50 points.
You're supposed to be dead.
Yes, you're supposed to be dead is also up there. I believe at 10 points.
You abandoned us. What's wrong with you? Are you my real papa?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! 1 at a time. Let me check the board.
Silas walks over to the game show screen. On it, 3 answers are already uncovered. 2 more spin over, labeled, You Abandoned Us, and What's Wrong With You? Silas dances excitedly back to the podium as the game show theme music plays.
That's a double for the Satterstan ladies. Baron Buddy, I'm afraid Are You My Real Papa was not on the board. Ladies and gents, I'm going to move on over to the home wrecker now. Mr. Satterstan, what do you have to say for yourself?
Kids, I can explain.
Not on the board! Strike 1. I'll give you another chance. Name something you might say after discovering your deceased father is still alive.
You weren't supposed to come here.
Not on the board! One more chance.
Eric, I did this for you.
Horse feathers.
I've got one. How do you sleep at night?
Ooh, get a load of this guy, everyone. Cannon, come on out here. Come on, give us a twirl in that outfit. Cannon, are you married?
That would be a terrible idea.
Now that's the correct answer. I bet you get a lot of women. Is that right? You get a lot of women? A lot of young ladies following you around, just dying, waiting for a date?
Yeah. They'll die waiting, I guess.
You know what they say. Don't marry the hen if you can get the eggs for free. You're the top rooster, Cannon.
Rooster, maybe. Top, no.
Get a load of this guy, everyone! Isn't he something?
Depends on what you mean by something.
Cannon returns to his seat. Silas addresses the audience.
Welcome back, everybody! If you're tuning in now, we've got the Satterstan family in the studio, along with special celebrity guest, Lord Stefan Van Thorpe. Lord Stefan, what's it like being Juris Nobility? What were you doing before you came into the studio today?
You know, Silas, a very funny thing happened to me today. I was taking my whore wife and our awful son to the beach so I could find the man who she'd been having an affair with for over a decade. So I drive all the way to the beach, and I get out of the car, right? But I forgot to bring my pistol, 'cause I was going to shoot the bastard. So I go rooting around the car to see if I can find it, and I hit my head on the car roof. Don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah! Well, it happens to the best of us, Lord Stefan. How are you feeling about this game so far?
Well, the Satterstan kids are crushing it, Silas. They're such a funny-looking group. All together like that. I never would have guessed they're siblings. But all together, they each look a little bit like one another. They're an interesting bunch, Silas. I'm excited to see what happens next.
Me too. Next up, we've got Svanka facing up against our homewrecker for the opening question of round 2. Svanka, are you ready, dear?
Yes.
And our lucky homewrecker?
Ready?
All right. What is the modern recommended treatment for syphilis?
Penicillin.
You got penicillin. When you gave it to my mother, she was treated with herbal tea, then bath salt, then animal sacrifices, and finally mercury. Your infection was cleared in a week. While you moved on to the next woman, I watched my mother die.
Sorry, Svanka, but the points go to Max this round.
As Max walks back to his podium, Shivanka tackles him. They scuffle and she puts him in a headlock. Silas runs over just as Max wriggles loose and throws Shivanka to the ground. The fight is broken up. Silas follows Max to his podium. Shivanka goes back to her own, sulking.
Talk about sore losers.
I have no idea what that was about.
Now, Max, we've got 6 answers up on the board from the Satterstan siblings. But if you get these last 3 answers, including the number 1 jackpot answer, you can still win the game. Name something you might say to your allegedly deceased father after discovering he's still alive.
I didn't do that. It's all part of the plan. I did this for you, Eric.
No, you didn't.
Ooh, none of those are correct answers. Now, the Satterstan siblings over here have a chance to steal and a chance at that sweet, sweet inheritance. Theophania, you've been awfully quiet. Theo, you're a university student, is that right?
I just graduated with a degree in psychology.
Read my mind then.
That's a psychic, not a psychologist.
Theophania, any guesses on these last 3 answers?
I'm gonna go with I'm calling the police.
Buzzer makes a nasty sound.
Ooh, looks like the phone is out. I'll give the Satterstans another chance. Svanka, thoughts?
If you're not dead, I'll kill you myself.
Great! Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like our littlest Satterstan is up next. Baron, are you ready?
Yes!
And what's your answer, buddy?
5.
5?
Yep.
Buddy, this isn't a math question.
5!
Silas turns to the board expecting a buzzer. Instead, a sign flips around to read 5. Silas raises his eyebrows.
Well, it looks like 5 was on the board for some reason. Okay, nice work, Baron. Can we make some noise for Baron? Don't you wish he was your son?
I do.
Okay, folks, all answers on the board except for one. The number 1 answer, the jackpot, is left on the board. We have our last chance from the Satterstans to win the game, and it all comes down to Eric. Are you ready, Eric?
I guess.
Now, Eric, I've gotta ask, did you really think you were going to get a hold of your father's money so easily?
Well, I knew there were dark secrets lying between me and my inheritance. I just thought I would be getting one in the first place. I'm the executor. If I can't find the money, nobody gets any.
And it looks like you're not going to inherit anything in the first place, is that right?
No, none of us are. Because he's still alive.
And what might you say to him now?
Dad?
Confetti bursts over the stage. Triumphant music plays. A wary smile falls over the faces of each of the confused siblings. Max scowls. Silas grins.
And the winning team with a near perfect score are all 5 Satterstan siblings. The Satterstans are due, by my estimation, several million apiece. With all the fees piling up, our homewrecker better watch out or he'll be bankrupt.
I'm already bankrupt.
What?
I said better luck next time.
Silas walks downstage, addressing only the audience. Behind him, the lights begin to go dark.
That's our show tonight. Stay tuned, folks. I've got a feeling we're going to be hearing more from these Satterstans right after the break. But for now, good night, good night, good night. As always, I'm Silas Andrei Krozgovich, and thank you for watching...
Drumroll.
Home Records!
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 2. Return to the beach house set. It's the same as before, a wall divider separating a kitchen on stage left, a door frame on upstage center, and a couch, coffee table, and carpet on stage right. On stage, Max Satterstan stands in the center while his children, Eric, Cannon, Theophania, and Jovanka, surround him on all sides. The narrator stands off to the side. Lights up.
Max Satterstan pulled up his suspiciously stained sweatpants. When he finished, he shook his soggy hands out and crossed the room. Against the light of the window, his silvery hair looked almost white. He seemed older than ever, and if it weren't for the Satterstan eyes, the Satterstan nose, and the Satterstan scowl, Eric wondered if he'd be recognized at all. No, this was all wrong. How could this be? What about the chandelier, the grave? What about the will? What about all this time and money Eric spent trying to get all these half-siblings together? What about the inheritance? Millions. He told his siblings he would get them each millions of dollars. Now it was gone, all because the deceased was not yet deceased. Rage swirled in his gut, burning him up in a way he'd never thought possible. Eric wanted to push his father right through the window, wanted to scream at him. He didn't get that far, though. A lingering childhood asthma closed his throat, and he folded over, hacking up mucus. He only got one word out.
Dad? You're not supposed to be here. None of you are supposed to be here.
You bastard!
What the
hell?
Wait,
Oh my
God,
God!
quiet!
You bastard!
Deadbeat! Quiet! Quiet! Everybody shut up! Shut up, shut up!
Silence. Eric doubles over, coughing.
Give him a minute. His asthma's acting up. And whose fault is that?
I can explain.
I'd love to hear you try, really. I would. In fact, here's what we're gonna do. Shvanka, sit over there. Eric, you can sit down here. Cannon, right there. And Max, you sit right where you are. Each one of us is going to get a chance to tell their side of the story. No bourgeois. And no speaking unless you have the talking stick.
What talking stick?
Cannon, give me something. Any item, I don't care.
Okay. Will this work?
A hair dryer? Sure, why not?
You were just carrying that around?
It's absolutely necessary.
Okay. Max, we're all dying to know why you're here. Here's the dryer. Now please enlighten us.
Right. Here's what happened. I was running into some financial issues. Nothing major, but I figured I ought to get my plans written out before anything could happen. Then I booked a trip to Jurist. It was to get away from it all, you know? So I set off on my private yacht without telling anyone. But there were a few storms coming off the coast. I ran into some rocks by the shore, and my yacht was wrecked. I had to scrap the poor thing and wait here until another was built.
Why didn't you call anyone?
Simple. The phone was out.
Bourgeois, you're the richest man this side of the tarmac. If you wanted a phone or a yacht, you would have gotten one.
Hey, it's my time to talk. And there was no phone. So I, waited. I didn't want the press to think I had disappeared out of some sort of cowardice because my businesses were downsizing lately. I managed to get a hold of a newspaper, and I couldn't believe it. Max Satterstan dead? The press had made up some cockamamie about how I'd been stung by a bee, fell down a flight of stairs, and got crushed by a chandelier. It made no damn sense.
You mean to say you knew everyone thought you were dead, but you simply didn't do anything about it?
I was going to, but then you all showed up.
I want the hairdryer.
Max passes the hairdryer to Theophania, who is nearly bursting.
That's your excuse of a story? I have another version of events. How about this? Your businesses are failing, so you go to hide in Jurist. By some error, the press thinks you're dead. Great, you think? It's all rather convenient for you, isn't it? No taxes, no child support, no abandoned children, no problems.
But...
Excuse me, I wasn't finished yet. The press thinks you're dead. You say nothing. But your will, by some error, was the copy from 10 years ago, the one with all your children. This pisses you off. It was supposed to be only Eric, wasn't it? So you're finally considering returning to the land of the living, and then your kids show up.
Here's another story, Dad. You paid the press for your death reports. You paid off those bellboys to give a false statement. Then, you met with me, told me I was to inherit the estate. You took your yacht out in the middle of the night and fled to somewhere you wouldn't be found. This beach house, which wasn't mentioned anywhere in the new copy of the will. But here's the thing. You forgot to sign the new will. So we were left behind with the old will, the loose ends, the secret siblings, and of course the beach house. Well, we're all here, Dad. Here to collect our inheritance.
Not all of you. What about Baron?
Ah! You bastard, I'll kill you!
Oh, shit.
Stefan chases Max off stage and through the theater. They loop around and run back on stage. Max collapses on the carpet. Jovanka restrains Stefan.
What was the point of that? They just ran in a circle.
Deep breaths, my lord. In, out. In, out.
Max, get your ass up right now.
Why?
It's time for a mediation session.
Lights change. Theophania walks Max and Stefan downstage. Max and Stefan sit cross-legged facing each other with the hairdryer between them. They try to be cordial.
I have to say, I felt very attacked when you tried to attack me. I did not feel like you understood my perspective or where I was coming from. In the future, I would like you to listen to me and hear me out.
I wanted to say, I did not feel trusted or respected by you. I did not mean to hurt you. I only felt like you were not respecting my boundaries when you fucked my wife. When you had an affair with my wife for the last 11 years and possibly fathered my only son. You crossed my personal boundaries. And as a result, I felt attacked and threatened.
I would like for you to hear me out and respect our difference in perspective. While you are part of a culture in which adultery is a serious offense, I also felt that it was socially inappropriate to break down my door and threaten to kill me. When you said, "I'll kill you," I felt like my own boundaries, those not being getting killed, of course, were not being respected. Regardless of your intention, I felt hurt by your actions.
I hear you. I think that even though you fucked my wife for 11 years, my reaction was undue. I wish I could have handled that better. Perhaps we should have an open conversation about how you fathered my child with my wife and destroyed my bloodline.
Yes, I would be interested in having an open, honest conversation with you, if you would be interested in respecting my personal, physical boundaries.
So it's settled then? Did you guys work something out?
Of course not.
Lights switch back. Max and Stefan leap to their feet. Stefan grabs Max by the collar. Max raises his hands in surrender.
You destroyed my life!
My friend, I don't even know who you are.
I am Lady Catelyn's husband.
Stefan strikes Max. He backs up to the couch. Stefan corners him.
You coveted my wife. You took her to this wretched wooden shack, and you seduced her. You made a cuckold of me, and you left. Did you think your indecencies would not catch up to you?
Honestly? Kinda.
Well, listen here, you cur. The Holy Scripture deems adultery as a capital sin. As a bear to the will of the gods, it is my duty to carry out the will of the Scripture. For adultery and abandonment, I hereby sentence you to death.
Can I talk to my lawyer?
I'll kill you!
Stefan raises his hand to strike Max, but Max catches his wrist.
You listen here. I only did what was in my nature. I am not a follower of the jurist scripture. I am a follower of the Max Satterstan scripture, which says that if you're not properly stopping your wife, some other poor bastard is going to do it for you.
Stefan wobbles on his feet for a moment. He reaches into his jacket for something, exposing to the audience his gun. Then, without warning, he tackles Max over the side of the couch. Scuffling ensues. Stefan is knocked behind Max, out of sight of the audience. He lets out an anguished cry.
Ah!
A gunshot. All is still.
It happens so quickly. A holler, a cry of victory, a click, a sob, a decade of regret, a secret child, a secret mistress, another click, a war overseas, the sea, the raging ocean, a whale, a storm, a man and a woman together, a house under jagged cliffs, a brush of hands, a brush of lips, a lie, another lie, 11 years of lies, one final click and a bang. One could only hope that it was over. One final bang and everything ended. No loose ends, no jilted lords, no absent fathers. But as the world resumed its eternal spin on its spit roast against the sun, a sinking feeling swept into the house. Is he dead? Someone dared think to themselves, are they both dead?
Cautiously, Eric investigates the bodies. He pushes Stefan to the side. Max sits up, weak and covered in blood. He grabs Eric's ankle.
What happened?
Oh God, I think he got me, Eric. I think he got me. I can feel the blood pouring out, the red-hot bullet in my gut. Oh God, this is just like all those war novels. Eric, son, listen close. I need you to rewrite the will. Quickly, please, I'm a dying man.
Canon, Theophania, and Jovanka investigate Lord Stefan. Canon taps him with his shoe. Theophania rubs some blood between her fingers, and Jovanka checks his pulse.
I think he's dead.
Yep.
Died instantly. Shot through the heart, it looks like.
Oh God. He didn't get me. He didn't get me, Eric. I'm fine. No bullet. Just a lot of blood. Hallelujah.
You shot him?
No, nothing of the sort. We scuffled. He had the gun the whole time. When he aimed to shoot, I tried to wrench it out of his hands. I let go, and thanks to the laws of physics, the gun swung back at him just in time for him to shoot himself.
Yeah, right. Nobody's gonna believe that.
What? It's the truth.
The truth? Even if it were, nobody's going to believe you didn't shoot him. There are 4 witnesses, and all of them will say you murdered the man at the drop of a hat. People hang for that, Dad. They hang for it all the time. Who's going to believe you didn't kill him? You were already Jensing his wife.
You wouldn't. Would you?
Okay, Dad. Here's the way it's gonna go. You will listen to every single thing each of us has to say to you. When we ask you a question, you're going to answer it honestly. If we are content with your answers, we'll let you go. If we're not, we will all testify that you murdered Lord Stefan in cold blood. Do you understand?
You strike a hard bargain, son, but I accept.
Fine. Okay. Let's try this again. What happened?
I told you I was bankrupt. I faked my death. I must have forgotten to sign the new will, so they used the old one. Is that enough for you?
There were witnesses to your death. Surely you've read about that. You fell down a flight of stairs in a rolling stool from your apartment, wrapped in telephone wire, and then were killed by a loose chandelier. Did you stage that? How'd you do it?
No, I used a fake. I have mortician friends.
Hey, guys, sorry to sidetrack, but, what are we going to do about the actual dead body right in front of us?
He's right. We've gotta get rid of the corpse.
Okay, hold on. 2 birds, 1 stone. Eric and Cannon move the body, somewhere else. Shvanka and I need to talk to Max about some, let's say, personal grievances.
Now, wait a minute.
I just got my nails done.
Yeah, and there's blood under the cuticles. Move the body. We don't have all night.
Aye, aye, Captain.
A 30-second audio clip of Non je ne regrette rien by Edith Piaf plays.
Okay, so you hold the head and I'll hold the feet?
So where are we putting this anyways?
Wherever we don't have to look at it, ideally.
We can just, lay him face down on the couch. He's taking a nap. A really long nap.
A really long nap. Oh my god.
You boys, done yet? It's not that hard. Come on.
Yuck. Oh god.
Act 2, Scene 3. Spotlight. Jvanka pushes past Theophania to speak to Max.
You sent $10,000 every year to my orphanage. Why?
I wanted you to be taken care of, even if I couldn't do it myself. The court refused me custody.
You realize I never saw a cent of that, right? I was transferred to a group home when I was 5, and I bounced orphanages every year after that. You kept sending money to the first one, $10,000 every year. They whipped me, Max. They sent me to 12-hour shifts in factories. The court never refused your custody. You didn't even try. The best you could do was $10,000 a year to an orphanage that didn't even raise me. Oh, you poor thing, separated from your daughter. You wanted to pick her up to save her from that dreadful orphanage. But what would the public think? Someone like you bringing home a scrappy, scrawny girl from Ticey with crooked teeth and a dead mother. That would have been so hard for you, wouldn't it?
I couldn't do anything else. I didn't have custody.
You can tell the press that if you like, but I know the truth. Was it too much time, too much money, too much paperwork? Fathers are supposed to try. Fathers are supposed to love their children. Do you have any idea what it was like, knowing you were out there but didn't care enough to take me home? For 18 years I sat in that dreck, wondering why I wasn't good enough for you.
I'm sorry.
I don't even believe you. Sorry for what? Abandoning me? Abandoning my mother? Or are you sorry that you put me in the will? Are you sorry for what you did? Or merely sorry for how it turned out?
Sorry that my words seem to fall on their own swords. You look just like her.
But that's not what I wanted to say to you. What I meant to ask was, why did you even bother putting me in the will all those years ago?
I wanted you to have something.
I may never understand you.
You are my daughter, after all.
No, that can't possibly be it. You wanted to feel better about yourself for a little while. 10 years later, you even changed your mind. Screw Jvanka, you said. Who cares about some orphan girl I haven't seen in 21 years? Never mind her, you said. I'll leave everything to Eric. Well, here I am. Here we are, your assorted freaks and bastards. You made us, Max. All of us.
Let me make it up to you, here in the land of the living. God, you look just like her.
You left me here because you didn't want to raise me. You never cared about me beyond a passing thought. You felt bad. You sent $10,000 to the wrong orphanage. I won't have you swoop in and call yourself my father. I don't have one. Max Satterstan knocked up my mother, gave her syphilis, then disappeared. Max Satterstan never visited, never replied to my letters. Max Satterstan couldn't even be bothered to send money to the right orphanage. Don't you dare call me your daughter. I never was and I never will be your daughter. I think that's all I wanted to say to you. I imagined this moment for 15 years, and it's not like how I thought it would go.
What did you think would happen?
I don't know. Guess I thought you would be sorrier.
Jvanka gives Max one last eternal long look, then shakes her head. She crosses the stage and goes to Theophania, wrapping her in a bear hug next. Theophania speaks to Max.
You screwed my mother, remember that? You screwed my mother while you were married to another woman. and you lied about it and hid it until they found out about each other. Do you have any idea what it's like being on the other end of infidelity? You broke them, both of them. You made them think they weren't good enough for you, that if they had been better, you wouldn't have betrayed them. Do you understand that? Was that your game all along? You hang around the slums, picking up insecure women left and right, making them need you and making them crawl back to you again and again just to hurt them. I asked you a question.
Now hold on 1 second. You paint this picture of me like I'm some kind of deranged monster. I was 19 years old, younger than you are right now. Your mother was older than me. She knew what she was getting into.
That's not the excuse you think it is.
I was sick, Theophania. Don't you know that? It's been all over the news. I have this compulsion. I can't help what I do. I tried my best, but I couldn't control it.
Sick isn't an excuse either. You left my mother, fine, but you left me too. I was a child. I was your child. Compulsions and all, you were supposed to be my father.
I wanted to, but I didn't have custody.
Excuses, lies, bourgeois. Mom reached out to you 3 times a year for 20 years. You never even tried.
Theophania.
It was about the other man, wasn't it? It was about the name on the other birth certificate, Du Lamar. You said in a press interview about the scandal that you thought my real father was that scum from New Champlain's. You left me to be raised by the other man, even though you knew you were the real father. You slipped the knot and thought you could get away with it.
You know, he could be your real father, right?
But he's not. You are, and you knew it.
Please be reasonable.
You knew it!
Silence. Theophania falters. She approaches him softly.
You know who taught me the piano? The other man. He would come home from teaching ballet lessons, and he'd cook for hours, and clean, and then put my younger sisters to bed. Then the other man would wash his hands, and I would wash mine in the same sink. He had this horrible, out-of-tune piano that he picked up on the side of the street. Every night, I watched him open it and blow the dust off the strings and try to tune it himself. When it was done to his satisfaction, he had me sit down, and he took out a piano book, and he picked a duet piece, and we would play it.
Is that all you wanted to say to me?
Yeah. I wanted you to know how he put his arm over my shoulder and showed me how to play the bass line. I wanted you to know that he rewrote some of my pieces to make my part easier. I wanted you to know that he reached his hand over my own so he could play the high note. I wanted you to know that that could have been us. That's all I wanted to say to you.
Lights down on the main room. Lights on the walled kitchen on stage left. Eric presses his ear to the wall. Cannon paces.
Do you think they're done in there?
I don't know. Probably. Hey, do you hear that?
What, in here?
Silas Koskovich appears behind them. Like Dracula.
I don't hear anything.
Ah! You cannot be here. Get out.
Cannon.
Silas?
No. This isn't happening right now. How the hell did you get here?
I swear. Cannon, you need to come with me right now.
Baby, I'm kind of busy.
Now, or you will... how you say?
Die?
Don't help him!
Leave now or I kill you!
Okay. Let's go out this way, alright?
Silas shoves Cannon forward, past the kitchen and into stage right. Eric follows. The others in the room react accordingly to Silas, the gun, and Cannon being held at gunpoint. Silas wails at Cannon.
You have been cruel to me. All you Satterstans, but especially you, Cannon. I trusted you. You lied to me last night. You say you changed mind and not going with brother and sisters to Juris tomorrow. Instead, I wake up and you are gone. Not even note. But I know what you did. You think I would not find,
Baby, how much have you been drinking?
Go. Keep moving. Goodbye, everyone. This radio show sucks. Goodbye. Get out of here.
Wait, Silas.
Damn it, Eric, you're making this worse.
What?
I've been a terrible host. At least let me get you a drink. Wait right here. What would you like? Coffee, tea, vodka?
You say vodka?
Silas turns his head to address Eric. Cannon uses that time to attempt to escape. He dives for stage right but trips over the coffee table. Silas realizes he's been tricked. He yanks Cannon back to his feet and places the barrel under Cannon's chin.
First, I shoot you. Then, I shoot self. Problem solved.
Eric returns from the kitchen with a gun, taken from underneath Lord Stefan.
Not exactly.
You have gun also?
Evidently. Get your hands off my brother.
You bluff.
Mr. Koskrovich, this is the least I've ever bluffed in my life. I'll shoot you dead right now, and no one in this room will ever say a word about it. Try me. I hated you from the start. I hated you each time I saw you, your horrible beard, your nasty briefcase. Each second you hold that gun to my brother's head, I hate you more. So try me. Try me. Drop the gun.
Silas hesitates. Jvanka tackles him, wrenching the gun out of his hand and throwing it to Theophania. Cannon collapses on the couch. In the chaos, Max tries to sneak off stage. Theophania points the gun at him, and he sheepishly returns to the stage. Max and Silas are in the center stage, both kneeling, as Eric and Theophania hold them at gunpoint. A knocking sound plays.
I think someone's at the door.
Shit. Oh, we need to move the body out of the kitchen, but we also need to keep an eye on these two.
Okay, 2 birds, 1 stone. Mr. Koskrovich, Max, you two are moving the body.
A 30-second audio clip of Non Je ne regrette rien by Edith Piaf plays.
You owe me thousands of dollars.
Tough luck. I'm bankrupt, don't you know that? Lift from the legs, the knees, will you? Get higher, I'm losing the...
Who is this man?
I don't know. He came in here, yelled at me, and then shot himself. Why are you here?
I want my money. You are supposed to be dead.
Sorry to disappoint, but you mucked it up too. You never told me I had to sign off on the new version of the will. They ended up using the old one, the will from 10 years ago.
You fake died before I could find you. I can get you a copy of will if you sign right now and pay fee.
No. Look, Silas, I was going to fire you anyway.
What? Why? When?
When you crossed the street from the bar and went into the bathhouse.
Act 2, Scene 4. Eric, Cannon, Theophania, Jvanka, Max, and Silas all wait in the main room. Eric goes to answer the door on stage left. Enter Lady Catelyn and Baron. The Satterstans react accordingly.
Hi! What are you guys doing?
Cleaning.
Oh, and cooking. Him and I are going to, cook in the other room.
Are you sure that's safe? You, cooking alone with Mr. Koskrovich?
It's safer than cooking right here in front of everyone. I can handle myself. I'll yell if I need anything.
Huh?
Yeah, we need to talk, like you said. Kitchen. Now.
Cannon and Silas exit. Eric bites his nails. Baron skips around the room.
Hey, I gotta pee. Is there a bathroom?
Yeah, right here.
Wait! Baron, hold on a second. I think I left something in the bathroom. Eric, distract the boy. I'm moving the body.
Ah, got it.
A 30-second audio clip of Non Je ne regrette rien by Edith Piaf plays.
Baron, quick, look that way.
What?
Catelyn, look that way. No, the other way.
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Great. Just great. Couldn't be better. Goddamn nobility. Really gotta wear all 16 layers of clothing, fur coat and all.
Fur coat? What's going on?
Baron, you're so tall now.
Nope, get away from him.
You wound me, Eric. All I wanted to do was speak with him.
Can I go pee now?
Sure, kid. Go retire yourself to the goddamn cloakroom.
Okay!
When the music ends, Eric lets Baron go. Baron sprints to the bathroom, shuts the door behind him, and screams.
Everything okay in there?
Why is there so much blood in here?
Oh, that's because I was using it.
Huh?
You know, girls and their mysterious female bodies.
What?
Baron, have you heard of the monthlies?
Well, Papa said once that women bleed every month because they have to purge their bodies of excess demons. I just didn't think it was so much. When Mama gets her monthlies, Papa sends her to vacation in Marienburg until she recovers.
Maybe Papa doesn't know everything about the monthlies.
Whew! Wish I could go to vacation in Marienburg every month.
There's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
On the floor, and the sink, and even on the mirror.
I was having a lot of excess demons.
Lights on Max and Catelyn, alone in the corner of stage right.
Thought you'd seen the last of me, my oyster. Stunned you into silence, have I? I didn't think it would be such a shock. After all, I wrote to you specifically detailing my plans. You got it all in writing. We're together at last, and I've never seen you so unhappy. I'm used to cold treatment from you, Catelyn, but I could always warm you up one way or another. What'll it take this time? Roses? Chocolate? Chocolate roses? How about a long walk on the beach, like we used to do? We'll make love on the rocks, like we used to. That's what you want, isn't it? And with your husband gone, that's right, gone, never again to darken your lovely doorstep. Oh, don't give me that look. You can't even speak. Who would believe you? Fine, don't answer me. I always preferred the sound of my own voice to that of a nattering woman. Catelyn, I've done it. It's how you always wanted it. You told me that once we could be together in another world, one without the nonsense of the press and without your limp, awful husband. Well, I've done it. No press, no husband. Just us, Catelyn. Just us and your son. Except, wait, I can say it outright, can't I? Us and our son, Catelyn. Let's catch a ferry, cross the border, go somewhere I can't be tracked down by the tax-hungry authorities. I mean, somewhere you don't have to worry about all this anymore. Come here, won't you? It's been a while.
Catelyn pulls her right hand down and removes the glove. She draws herself close to Max. He leans down to kiss her. As he puckers up, Catelyn winds her arm back and strikes him over with her bare hand. Max is knocked over the couch. Theophania pushes him off of her and he rolls to the ground.
You bitch! I'll make you wish you'd never done that.
Max springs to his feet. Baron crosses the stage and taps Max on the shoulder. Max turns around and his expression softens.
So, are you my papa, or what?
Baron, my son, look how tall you are. Come here.
Eric gets between them before they can embrace, pulling Baron back.
Nope, not happening. Back to square one, Dad. Go stand in the corner. Baron, Catelyn, go sit on the couch next to Theo. I'm going to check on Cannon. It's gotten awfully quiet in there.
Lights down. Eric, Theophania, Jvanka, and Baron exit. Lights up. On stage left, Silas and Cannon face each other. On stage right, Max and Catelyn do the same. Each of them has their own spotlight. Lights up only on Silas and Cannon.
Baby, we're done. We're through. I can't see you no more, and you can't see me. We're no good for each other. Don't you get it? After this is over, I'm going to split for New Champlains, and you're going back to whatever decrepit cave you live in. We're not going to be lovers. We're not going to be friends. We're not even going to speak to each other. You understand?
Lights dim on them. Lights up on Max and Catelyn. He pulls her against him with some resistance.
We can be lovers, you understand? You're a widow, I'm a divorcee. We can remarry and raise our son together. I love you so much, Catelyn. I want to stand at the altar with you and make you my wife. We can marry in a courthouse or in a taxicab or right here, right now. God, I want you so bad it makes me crazy.
Lights down, lights up.
It makes me crazy. You make me crazy. Can't you understand I do this because I love you? I try to protect you, Cannon. It's dangerous world, no? You think I am mean. You think I do this because I hate you. I have never hated you for 1 second, even though you make me crazy.
Silas, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Whatever you meant, whatever twisted set of words justifies the way you treated me, the damage is done. I won't have you. I won't. allow myself to stay with someone who would hurt me like that.
Leaving me is mistake.
Staying with you was mistake. Life is mess, Silas Kozgrovich.
Now you mock! You loved me once, I know. Back in Oro after night of dancing and cheap liquor, you tell me. I take back to hotel. You tell me to put arms around you like this.
Like this, I'd hold you and I pushed your hair back and I kissed you here. And you liked it. You loved it. Every time it was over, you begged for more. And it became more. First a fling, then an affair. Our little illicit affair, wasn't it?
Lights down, lights up. Silas is holding Cannon in the same way. Cannon leans in, but snaps to his senses and wriggles out of his grasp. He sticks a finger at Silas.
Our little illicit affair is over. Find someone else to be your plaything. I may have liked you, hell, I may have even loved you then, but I don't anymore. My feelings have changed. I don't love you anymore. I'm done.
Go, then. I show you what happens when you do.
Without another word or change in expression, Silas grabs Cannon by the shirt collar and drags him to the other side of the stage. Lights up on Max, who turns to react. Lady Catelyn slips into the shadows. Silas exits. Max faces down his son in the center of the stage. He refuses to help Cannon up, so Cannon gets up on his own, still bowed in the presence of his father. Max has changed significantly. The wind picks up.
Dad?
You think I wouldn't find out? I own the press, Max.
Cannon. It's Cannon.
Besides, I always knew what you were. If I'd been around enough to fix you, by God, I would have done it. Instead, the courts gave you over to your mother, who let you paint your nails and wear pink sunglasses. And that Pamby banker who always hung around. I always suspected he was latent himself.
There's nothing wrong with Jonathan.
As you got older, I was more and more certain. I sent you a few stag films when your birthday rolled around, the kind of thing normal boys would enjoy. It wasn't enough. Worse, I heard your mother was sending you to a psychiatrist. Even she must have known then there was something truly sick about you. When you got out of the sanatorium for the last time, your last year of secondary school, I thought maybe the doctors had finally fixed you.
I can't be fixed, Dad. I'm sorry.
I know.
You do?
Who do you think told the press to leak that story?
What?
I knew what you were, and despite my best efforts, I couldn't stop you. So I let it go. There's a bad apple in every bunch, I suppose. It wasn't my fault you turned out to be some kind of freak.
You told the papers I was...
If I didn't, someone else would. And it would cast a disreputable light to all of us who tried our best to help you. It was time for you to face the natural consequences of your actions. I take no responsibility for what others might do. You chose to pursue this lifestyle. You can't blame me, Max.
I'm not Max. I never was Max, and I never will be Max.
If only that were true. Alas, I gave away my name on your birth certificate, so now I have to live the rest of my life with a namesake who's a little more than a stain on the family tree, a waste, a failure, a sissy, a pansy, a dolly, or to put it the way it ought to be put, a...
Lights out. Lights up, and the stage is different. Catelyn, Baron, and Theophania are sitting on the couch. Jovanka is standing between Max and Catelyn to block his advances. Cannon enters.
It's over.
What's over? Where's Mr. Koskovich?
He's gone. I kicked him out. I said what I had to say, and he said, "Fine, I hope you can manage without me." Then he left. He won't return.
Are you sure?
I'm not afraid of him.
That wasn't what I was asking.
Dad, I need to speak to you. I've got some words that aren't Baron appropriate.
Lady Catelyn, could you, take your son to the kitchen?
Catelyn breaks down in tears. Theophania comforts her.
God almighty, will you leave the poor woman alone?
Right. Jovanka, can you do something with the kid?
Oh, Jvanka. Jvanka, can you wrangle this guy? Jvanka, can you watch this man so he doesn't escape?
Shvanka, can you clean up all this blood? Shvanka, can you move the body?
Body?
I'm not your fucking babysitter. Watch him yourself.
Language.
What? There's worse things in this room than some dirty words.
Stop kvetching. Someone's got to call the police. Hey, buddy, let's go on a walk for a little bit. And I'm gonna make a few phone calls, okay?
Why are you calling the police?
What police? We're just going for a walk. A mandatory walk. Let's go.
Huh?
Eric takes Bear into the kitchen. They exit. Act 2, Scene 5. On one side of the stage, Max Satterstan stands alone. On the other, Canon, Theophania, Jovanka, and Catelyn all stand together.
Just us then?
Go blow yourself.
How rude.
Actually, it would have prevented a lot of this.
You think you're so smart? You wanted to make a deal with me. I tell you what you want to know, and you let me free. Well, I told you. Now let me go before the police arrive. You owe me that.
I don't owe you bourgeois, and you didn't hold up your end of the deal.
Fine. What more could I possibly tell you?
A beat. Theophania wells up with emotion.
Why?
Why'd you put us all in the will only to take us out?
Why'd you even have children?
Max's eyes flicker from child to child, searching for an explanation. He steeples his fingers.
Look, I only ever meant to have Eric.
Bastard!
You're so
you
stupid.
fucking
You only
shit.
planned for
Bastard!
one twin.
You want me to
You
talk?
mother-
Shut up then! I put you three in the will 10 years ago because I knew you existed. And at the time, I figured it was the least I could do.
You tried to take us out.
Yeah, well, when you all grew up, I realized only Eric had what it took to become the next heir to the Satterstan estate. The rest of you, you chose your own paths, and in the Max Satterstan scripture, you swim or you drown. One day, I ran into some financial issues. I had to get out of the country quick. I decided I might try out faking my own death, so I rewrote the will. I left Eric as the sole heir. I figured whatever parts of the estate I left behind in my escape, I would give him a chance to salvage it. You three would never be able to handle the title. And I left my son Baron out of the will for obvious reasons.
Which are...
After you let me go, Catelyn and I are going to cross the border, change our names, and get a cottage in the mountains of Suchio. I assume she would want to bring her son.
Oh, she's definitely not going with you.
Why not? She never told me no.
She's not going. Right, Catelyn?
Catelyn stands alone, pressing her lips shut and shaking her head. She shakes her head. She shakes her head. She shakes her head.
Oh, she'll go. She's about to be found in a house with her dead husband, blood on her skirt. The press already knows the name of my 5th child. It's going to come out in the papers tomorrow. Oh, Catelyn, did you really think you could bribe them away, my oyster? With what, a few $1,000s? I'm a lifetime donor, my Catelyn. They publish what I want. Theophania, I commend your efforts, but she's going to come with me, and her son, too. She doesn't want to find out what happens when her silver crust, upper spoon friends learn she had an affair. Right, my oyster?
Catelyn, you don't have to go with Max. He's only going to do to you what he did to our mothers, or worse. You'd be better off staying with us.
Come on, Catelyn. If you don't come with me, you're going to be stripped of your name, stripped of your title, excommunicated, and evicted. You'll have to join a convent, and they'll take your son away. Leaving with me is your only chance to escape. Besides, you always wanted me over your husband.
Catelyn not only says nothing, as usual, but also doesn't answer.
The deal is off if you're taking Catelyn and our brother.
The deal isn't off. The deal is complete. I told you everything I know. Now, Catelyn, shall I take you arm in arm, or shall I drag you out by the wrist?
Max moves to Catelyn, who has recoiled, pressing her arms against her chest. Max grabs her, but he can't get a grip before Jovanka shoves him away. Catelyn steps back until she is almost off stage. Jovanka accosts Max.
You know what? You're the failure child. You inherited the estate all by yourself, and it ended with you getting chased out of the country by the IRS. You became the media donkey. I deserved a better father than you.
Your words mean nothing. I deserved a better father than you. Well, let me put it this way. We all know who your mother was, Zhvanka. A street girl, a lady of the night, a common whore.
Zhivanka screams. She sees red. She forgets what she knows about hand-to-hand combat. She just wants to hurt him in any way she can. She slaps him. Max grabs her wrist and twists it. Zhivanka snaps at his face, shoving him back into the couch. Max falls over and she tackles him. Theophania and Catelyn rush over to break up the fight. They each take one of Zhivanka's arms, pulling her away. Max uncovers his face and brushes off. As he gets up from the couch, the cushion falls off, revealing the body. Lord Stefan's face and arm hang out from the side of the couch. Catelyn shrieks and falls to her knees. Theophania moves to comfort her, but Catelyn ignores her. Max notices.
I did tell you there was nothing in our way. You're asking me if I did this. Well, it's certainly possible. But look at all the people in the beach house. Each one of us has evidence. Look at the shoes, the socks, the skirts, the pants. Blood on everyone. Did you see that before?
A knock is heard off stage. When there is no response, a louder knock is heard.
Don't answer it. That might be the cops. What are we supposed to do? I know one thing we absolutely must do.
A 30-second audio clip of Non Je ne regrette rien by Edith Piaf plays.
Okay, everything has to be where it was when Stefan died. That way we can't get sent to the clink for tampering with evidence.
Aren't we implicated anyway?
Not if I can help it. Will you lift the feet, dear sister?
Oh god, like this?
Perfect. Now we slide him over just like that.
Can we, cover his eyes?
Max, did he die with his eyes closed?
I don't know, maybe?
He's lying. Leave the eyes open.
Oh god.
Relax. It's okay. You're a natural.
I don't want to be a natural.
Okay, now we surrender. Everyone, on your knees, hands above your head. Cannon, you might want to get rid of that gun. We surrender. We have no weapons. You can come in.
Enter Eric with Baron right behind him.
Hey guys, cops said it would take a few minutes. They're on their way though. I also called my mother and she said...
Wait! Don't come in! Get the boy away!
Eric, distract the boy.
I'm running out of ways to do that.
Billy, what's going on here? Are you hiding something?
Well, Baron, how was 5th grade?
You're lying to me. All of you are lying to me!
Cannon, the coffee table.
Under the coffee table?
Yeah. Theo, put the rug over it.
Done.
I'm sick of this! What's under the coffee table? Somebody tell me, now!
I can tell you. They're all too afraid, but I'll tell you, Baron.
After the music ends, Baron confronts Max.
So, are you my real papa, or what?
Yes. Baron, I am your real father. I couldn't tell anyone about it for a long time because your papa, who was married to your mother, would have been very angry. I've been waiting a long time for this moment. Come here, son. A little closer, son. Closer, son.
Are you their real papa, too?
Well, yes.
They don't like you very much.
Well, I like you. Come along. Let's get out of here. I can show you my home in Hora and maybe even teach you a thing or two about how to run a business, eh?
Did he used to say that to you, Eric?
Yes.
And me too, even longer ago.
I'll pass.
You what?
I'll pass. I'm really busy anyway. What, with 6th grade starting and all? 6th grade is much harder than 5th grade, you know. I'd rather stay here and take care of my mother and go on fishing trips with my papa and uncles.
What? How dare you? I'm your real father. How can any of you accept a substitute? You think you can do without me? You share half my blood, all of you. I'm the only father any of you are ever going to have, and you dare disrespect me like this? Baron, I'm your father. I'm your papa, and you'll respect me as such.
He said no, 'cause you're a fucking asshole.
Language.
Sorry. You're a fucking terrible person.
He's seen the way you treated your other children, and he figured he doesn't care to join them.
No offense, Mr. Satterstan. I'd just rather stay with Papa for now, even though he's not my real Papa. I'll call you, though. Maybe, if I'm not too busy with 6th grade. I'll pass. Mama, let's go get Papa. Where is he?
They didn't want you to know, but your Papa is dead.
Everyone freezes.
Police, open up, if you please.
Or if you don't please. We have a warrant, so this is just us being polite.
Oh, shit.
Max runs into the audience. Detective number 1 and number 2 appear in the audience and chase Max in the opposite direction, eventually capturing him back on stage. Catelyn grabs her son and hides in a corner upstage. Eric and Cannon are separated from Theophania and Jovanka. Max, once again, is kneeled in center stage. Act 2, Scene 6. Max, once again, is kneeled in center stage. The detectives interrogate him.
Identify yourself.
Joseph Swordfish.
Keep it in your mouth, Mr. Satterstan.
At least until the interrogation.
The detectives handcuff Max over the coffee table. After that, they begin dragging him off stage. Max tries to resist, but only manages to kick off a shoe.
I will drive you so far into the ground you'll resurface in Yonko. Do you have any idea who I am?
Yeah, that's why we're arresting you.
I want my lawyer.
Yes, Mr. Satterstan. Your lawyer's waiting in the car.
He is?
Yes, Mr. Silas Kosgrovich, right? We just arrested him.
No, I want another lawyer. I'm not going. Don't put me in the back of the car with that freak. He'll strangle me, or he'll fall in love with me or something. Let go. I want my lawyer.
Max is dragged off stage. Detective number 1 and number 2 return, brushing their hands off.
You know what's really great?
What?
It's a small town. There's only one jail cell.
You guys arrested Silas?
Yes.
May I ask why?
We had a warrant for Kosgrovich for a while now. He's an international con artist. He travels around and pretends to be an estate attorney. Then he writes himself in as the executor and runs away with the money. We think he collaborated with your father to fake your father's death and escape the IRS.
Wait, you guys are with the IRS?
Yeah, I told you this wasn't a murder case, didn't I? Max Satterstan owes us so much in back taxes that he's bankrupt.
Bankrupt? Oh God, we're destitute.
We were destitute anyway, Cannon.
Oh God, we were destitute anyway.
Ladies, I'll take your statement outside.
Theophania and Jovanka exit with detective number 2. Cannon leans over to Eric.
Don't worry. I got rid of both the guns.
Good.
Mr. Officer, my name is Baron Van Thorpe. I'm 10 1/4 years old. Max Satterstan said my papa is dead. Did you find him?
What?
Haven't figured that one out? I'll explain. What happened was...
Catelyn throws the rug off the coffee table, revealing the body of Lord Stefan.
Well, that's what happened.
I confess.
A beat. Everyone gapes at her.
I'm a widow. I'm not bound to the vow of silence anymore. I can speak now. I can speak now. He's dead. My dear, sweet Stefan is dead. Baron, my son, I love you so much. Every day, I couldn't speak to you. My heart ached. I just wanted to sing to you like I used to. Remember that? I taught you tunes for my family homestead in the Highlands. Remember?
Yeah, Mama. I remember.
But I couldn't sing. I couldn't even speak. It was a vow I swore to the gods to repent for my capital sins. But with my husband out of the picture, I'm no longer an adulteress. I'm just a woman. A widow, sure, but a woman who has had sex outside of marriage. That's easy to repent for. People do that all the time. I'm not a vile adulterer. I'm just a regular country belle, a standard issue sexually repressed scripturalist. I'm just a whore. I'm just a whore. I'm just a whore. I'm a whore.
Ma'am, can you tell us what happened here?
Leave her alone. Can't you see she's having a moment?
Yeah, place and time, man.
I had an 11-year affair with Max Satterstan. That's how I knew him, if you were wondering. We met when he bought this place, a summer vacation home. That's how I knew the beach house. But I didn't come here much. The affair was only physical for a few years. When Max returned to his business in Hora, he wrote letters every week. They're stuffed in the fireplace at my estate in case you need proof. I wrote letters back, which you might find if you search his apartment in Jakern.
As Lady Catelyn monologues, Detective Number 2 shuffles back on stage next to Cannon and swats at his shoulder. Cannon doesn't notice. The police officer reaches over and pats at Cannon's pockets. Eventually, Cannon does notice and takes one step to the side, giving the cop a dirty look.
Sheesh, take me out for dinner first.
Anyway, one day I got a really long letter from Max. He told me he had a plan to take my son and I to live in Sushio under assumed names. He said he was going to fake his death in Hora and sail here, where he would be hiding out in his beach house waiting for us. I wrote back, urging him to cancel those plans. But I read in the newspaper the next day that he was dead. I figured either he really was dead or he had jumped the gun.
Do you have a copy of the letter?
Catelyn reaches into her bosom and hands Detective Number 1 an envelope. Detective Number 2 shuffles on Cannon's other side and bends down. They fiddle with the end of Cannon's pant leg for a while until Cannon kicks them away.
Hands off. These pants are designer.
The rest of the world thought he was dead. His obituary reached the papers. I started reading about his will, his secret children. The press withheld the name of my son, thank the gods. But I knew justice was swiftly approaching. Less than a week later, it arrived on my doorstep in the form of Max Satterstan's other children's, Eric, Cannon, Theophania, and Zavanka. They came in asking for me, but I knew they were asking for my son. That night, it all came out. All of it.
Your husband found out.
He flew into a rage. He demanded to go to the beach house if that's where Max was hiding. Stefan was intent on shooting him dead. I went along. I didn't have another choice. When we got in his car, me, my son, and the 4 Satterstan children, and we drove up here to find him.
What happened next?
Well, I wasn't there, but...
Hey, get off me!
Is something wrong, Mr. Satterstan?
Yes, this man is armed. He's carrying 2 pistols, one in his pocket and one strapped to his ankle.
Cannon? You told me you got rid of those.
I did, I swear. I threw them outside.
Outside? Wait. You planted those on him.
Meh, we had a warrant out for your brother for leaving the country on probation, so really it was only a matter of time. Max Satterstan Jr., you are under arrest for violating probation. You have the right to an attorney.
Get your hands off my brother.
Hey, you know what I'm thinking?
What?
Now we've got 3 suspects in custody for the murder of Lord Stefan. You know how rare it is to get 3 suspects in a small-town murder case?
Wait, I'm not a murderer. Wait, don't take me to that police car. I didn't have those guns on me. I didn't hurt anyone. Don't put me in the car with them, please. Officers, don't put me in the car with them.
Detective Number 2 exits with Cannon. Eric collapses in a coughing fit. Detective Number 1 pats Catelyn on the shoulder.
You 2 should go home. Get some rest. We'll be in touch.
Catelyn and Baron exit. Detective Number 2 re-enters.
Boss, quick question.
Yeah?
So, that dead guy over there, what are you thinking?
Gross.
No, I mean, are we supposed to move the body?
Nah, we're leaving that shit to the paramedics.
Hey, detectives. I've got a piece of evidence here that you might have missed.
The detectives glance over at Eric. He flips them off.
We'll be in touch with you too, Mr. Satterstan. You're easy to locate, unlike the rest of your family.
Detective Number 1 and Number 2 exit. Blackout. Act 2, Scene 7. The stage darkens, and for a while nothing is heard except the crashing of waves. Then the sound fades to metal creaking, like the inside of a poorly maintained cargo ship. Finally, the sound fades and picks up the occasional metal clinking interspersed with shouting. When the lights rise enough for the stage to be visible, there are 2 beds with a cold metal bench separating them. Silas is sleeping in the bed on the left. Cannon is sitting anxiously on the bench. and Max is sorting letters on the bed on the right. He mutters something to his son.
Did you meet with your lawyer today?
What lawyer? I got a public defender who just went on an 8-week paid vacation. I haven't seen a lawyer since I got here.
Well, I saw mine today. We were thinking of a plan that would get me cleared of all the charges, but I might need your help. Is he asleep?
Yep. He was making a scene, so they gave him a sedative. Wouldn't extend the courtesy to me, though. He's been out cold for at least 30 minutes.
Great. Listen, here's what I was thinking. Are you sure he's still asleep?
Max was at it again. The Satterstans returned home from their trip abroad and were met at the gate by a mob so suffocating that it had to be broken up by security. It was nothing like Eric had ever seen before. He lived through his father's various scandals, but this was greater. It ruptured the Satterstan family in the eyes of the public. Murder. It was a word that could light a fire in the newspaper factory. The Beach House murder trials. An iron chain of 5 words that dragged behind the family. The first week back, Eric completely closed off. Didn't go out, didn't talk to anyone. He hid in his room, a very old bedroom with twin beds, until...
Eric, pick up the phone. Your girlfriend's on the other end.
Eric runs on stage to take a call. Lights dim on the prison cell. Lights on Eric and Sybil, who is on the other side of the stage.
Hi.
Hey.
Look, it's not going to work out.
What's not going to work out?
Everything, Sybil. I really did want to marry you. I mean it. Or at least, I thought I wanted to marry you. Or I wanted to think I wanted to marry you. I dragged you along. It could have been a perfectly good friendship, but I ruined it.
Are you breaking up with me?
I can't love you, Sybil. If I married you, our marriage would be a work of fiction.
Can't or won't?
Can't.
Like, canon?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's something else entirely. I don't like men or women, or anyone. I don't like anyone at all. Not more than friends, anyway.
Okay.
You're taking this very well.
I always suspected you were secretly oriented like your brother. Twin telepathy and all that. At least Canon was kind enough to not string some poor girl along.
Maybe not.
How long have you known?
Kind of forever. I've never loved a woman as far as I know.
Forever? Forever? Eric, god damn you! You played me like a pawn shop fiddle. And for what? Why? Every time I kissed you and you turned your cheek away, you let me think it was another girl who did that, but it was you. You knew all this time what you were, and you let me believe you were going to love me? You promised, you lied, and for what? A pinch of your father's money? A pinch of his pride, his devotion? Well, now he's bankrupt. Now he's broke, Eric, and I'm no longer any use to you. And do you know what? I read in the papers about your presumed dead, sainted father. Thousands of women he's taken, promised he loved them, then threw them out with the bathwater as soon as it was convenient. It seems like that pattern runs in the family. Only difference is, you didn't even have the decency to make whoopee first.
Eric steps away from the phone. He coughs, and he keeps coughing. And as he does, he starts to sob. He picks up the phone.
This was a mistake. All of it was a mistake. I don't expect you to forgive me, Sybil. I can't forgive myself.
Don't worry. I don't. My mother was right about you. Never call me again.
Wait, Sybil, the apartment...
A telephone click. Eric lets out a wail, covers his face, and exits. Lights on the prison cell.
You mean we scapegoat him?
The jury doesn't believe that Stefan Van Thorpe accidentally shot himself in the beach house. They think it's a murder, so we need a murderer, and it's not going to be me. I imagine you don't want it to be you either, so we have a third option.
And how do you intend to prove this? There's no evidence. You can't just raise an eyebrow at me and say nothing. Are you forging evidence, altering the timeline, getting your old cop buddies to fake a confession from Silas? What?
All of the above?
Then why do you need my help?
We've got to have at least one witness who corroborates the entire second story. You are going to rise bright and early tomorrow and confess. You're going to tell the police that Mr. Kosgrovich shot Lord Stefan because he's insane. He's already proven that well enough. But the reason you didn't tell anyone earlier was because you were in an unnatural relationship.
An unnatural relationship, you say?
Yes.
What kind of unnatural relationship, dear father?
Must I say it? You know exactly what I mean.
So, your whole case rests on my being a homosexual? You realize that, right? The only reason you walk free is because I'm a documented fruit. You are aware of that, right? Don't bother answering. My question is, what's in it for me?
You walk free? All charges dropped.
I'm in. Guards! Guards! Anyone! I have to confess. I know who killed Lord Stefan.
Max testified. Of course Max testified. He went on an hours-long rant to the jury. He played them like puppets, like marionette dolls. His lawyers did the same to the judge. Suddenly, the trial was over. The verdict was written behind closed doors, and Max's lawyers ensured that all evidence related to the trial was shredded, burned, or tossed in the raging Tarmac River. The only thing left was for the accused to hear their judgment.
Back at the jail cell, Silas Koskovich wakes up. Max and Cannon are sitting on the other bed, watching him. There is a knock, and Detective Number 1 enters the cell. He reels at the conditions for a moment before he begins reading from a clipboard.
Good morning, gentlemen. As you may or may not know, the court finalized your case yesterday, which is bad news for some of you and good news for me. Max Satterstan Sr., you have been dismissed on all charges, and you will be released this afternoon. Congratulations.
Excellent news, officer. I'm so glad this dreadful affair is over, so I can return to my life as a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen.
Well, you're still going on trial for tax evasion.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, even if you don't end up back here, you'll probably be swamped with legal issues for the rest of your life. Also, your businesses were seized by the state in your absence.
What?
Moving on, Mr. Silas Kosgrovich, I've got good news and bad news for you, buddy.
Good news?
Yes, the good news is that you're also getting out of here. The court found you not responsible for the death of Lord Stefan. The bad news is that you still killed him, so the court ruled to give you a one-way ticket to 5 wins.
5 wins?
It's a sanatorium. Awful place. You'd love it there.
I am not crazy. What are you saying? I did not kill Lord Stefan. I was not even there when he died. I was...
It says here you pled insanity.
I am not crazy. I did not plead. I never saw judge. I never saw lawyer. I never killed Lord Stefan. You cannot imprison me on false charge and order. I will fight.
Oh, it's not prison, from what I understand. The rooms are much more comfortable, and they've got all the good drugs. Plus, they might even let you out in a few years, under close observation, of course, to ensure you're not a danger to yourself or others.
I am not a danger to myself or others!
Detective Number 2 rushes in and wraps a straitjacket around Silas. He resists, eventually barreling forward at Cannon for one last threat. Cannon takes a step back, as if dodging an oncoming train.
I will kill you. Not just that, but I will break you first. I will stick needles to your eyes and snap off your fingers one by one. You have ruined me, and I will kill you.
I have never said this to anyone before in my life, but you should consider getting psychiatric help.
Silas Koskovich is dragged away in a straitjacket. He exits for the last time. Detective Number 1 checks his notes.
Okay, now that's all settled. On to you, Max Satterstan Jr. You go by Cannon, is that right?
No.
Yes.
Cannon, yours was the most complicated case out of the 3. The jury was out until the cows came home, and stayed out until the cows went out again. Let's see. You got off on the murder charges. You didn't do it. That's good.
I guess.
The other stuff, well, there's a lot of other stuff, Cannon. I won't lie to you. leaving the country on probation, drinking on probation, carrying arms on probation, involvement with a speakeasy in Venovastock, evading the law, accessory to murder, and of course, you probably know the other charge.
I don't.
Your relationship with Mr. Koskovich.
What about it?
Well, it says here the charge is gross indecency. You've already been arrested for this twice, which means this is your third time, which is kind of an issue in the court system.
I signed a plea deal. All charges dropped, no matter what.
Yes, you did.
Detective number 2 appears again with the straitjacket. Cannon watches them, thoroughly confused.
It says here you pled insanity.
What? I never signed anything of the sort. Someone must have tampered with the documents. Did you do this?
I had to make sure you weren't running around telling people about our agreement. It's not prison. The rooms are much more comfortable, and they've got all the good drugs.
Detective number 2 advances on Cannon. He swats them away.
You should probably have him committed under a false name so that he doesn't receive too much attention from the media.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't want people to know what he did.
Of course I don't want them to know. Why would I want anyone to know I had a son that turned out like you?
You know what? You want to know why I didn't shoot you at the beach house? It's because I can't. I'll never get rid of you, Dad, whether you're dead or alive. If I shot you, you'd still be lingering just behind the corners of my vision and sneering wherever I went. You'd appear in every job interview, on every housing application. You're a part of me that I can't rip from myself, no matter how many times I've tried. I'm the son of Max Satterstan. You want to know something else? You'll never be rid of me, either. Disown me, avoid me, lock me up and throw away the key. I'm a part of you too, Dad. You hate it. You've gone out of your way to demonstrate that, but I'll always reappear, no matter where you try to hide me. It gives me solace to know that I'm as much of a stain on your life as you are on mine. You are the father of Cannon, not Max. Cannon Satterstan. You are my father. What more can I say to you, Max? Never speak to me again? Go to hell?
You were always more trouble than you were worth. I wish I never had children.
Finally, something we can agree on. Never speak to me again. And go to hell! Detectives, I have one final request.
Cannon takes out a ukulele. He tunes up.
What the hell? You can't possibly...
It's the law, Mr. Satterstan. He has a constitutional right to a musical number. It has to be thematically relevant, though.
Don't worry. It is.
Cue music.
You're a freak. Cannon Satterstan, you're a stain on your good family name. You're a freak. Cannon Satterstan, undeserving of fortune and fame. You're a freak. Cannon Satterstan, and the women with their children cross the street when you walk. Cannon Satterstan, and you're wearing lady slippers on your feet. You're a freak. Cannon Satterstan, you're a lazy, fat wino slob. You're a freak. Cannon Satterstan, and no one will ever hire you for a job. So just tell yourself that things will all get better as you cry into your pillow every night. So tell yourself that bastards will be bastards and things will always turn out all right. You're a freak. Cannon Satterstan, you're a filthy, vagrant man whore. You're a freak. Cannon Satterstan, so go sleep on some other stranger's floor. You're a freak. Cannon Satterstan, your brother will not look you in the eye when you're out. Cannon Satterstan, You know you always make your mother cry. You're a freak, Canon Satterstan. You inverted, limp-wristed queer. You're a freak, Canon Satterstan. The world wishes you were no longer here. So raise a glass to that face in the mirror, even though things may be looking mighty bleak. 'Cause at the end of the day, you're still the son of your mother, and you're still your bastard father's freak. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Blackout. Act 2, Scene 8. A recording studio with enough equipment to cover the stage. Wires, cameras, microphones. Journalist number 1 and journalist number 2 sit in opposing armchairs. Eric, who is sitting in the dead center of the stage, adjusts his microphone under his chin.
Welcome back to HNPR, Horan National Public Radio.
And to HPR, the Horan Public Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in the studio tonight in a rare joint broadcast. Our guest insisted both of Hora's biggest radio stations be present for this interview. It's a pleasure to be working with HPR after our decades-long feud, and frankly, I hope we have the chance to work together again in the future.
We'll see.
Anyway, our guest in the studio tonight is the enigmatic, hermit-like eldest son of Max Satterstan. Eric Satterstan, welcome to the show.
Both shows, actually.
A recording of an audience cheering is played. Eric looks around for an audience, but he can't see them. He leans back, away from the microphone as if it were a tarantula crawling up his shirt.
Hi. Okay, Eric, we can't hear you. Can you lean into the mic?
Okay. Hi.
Feedback screeches. Eric's voice echoes at an impossible volume. Journalist number 1 and number 2 duck and cover their ears.
Gods, man, you don't have to eat the mic.
Sorry, is this good? Well, the first thing I wanted to say is that I'm actually not the eldest son. Canon is older than me by 40 minutes. I'm the second of Max's children, followed by Theophania and then Jvanka.
What about the boy who inherited the beach house? Is it true that his real name is Baron Van Thorpe, the 10-year-old heir to the Lord House Van Thorpe?
I don't know. That's not my business. I came to the studio tonight to talk about the trial.
Journalists number 1 and number 2 speak to the audience.
If you haven't been keeping up with the beach house murder trials, well,
have you been living under a rock?
We're going to play some of the highlights of the trial, which HNPR and HPR were deliciously allowed to tape record. Here we go.
Let me first say that I do believe it was an accident. It wasn't an accident. I mean, look at the evidence. Max deliberately faked his own death, luring all his heirs in the old version of the will to the beach house. He knew what he was doing. It was no accident what he did to Lord Stefan. And Silas Kosgrovich couldn't have done it, because he wasn't in the house at the time Lord Stefan was shot. I may not like Mr. Kosgrovich, but these are the facts of the case. He did not murder Lord Stefan.
My son, Max Jr., was in an unnatural relationship with my former estate attorney, Silas Kosgrovich, whom I had fired ages ago. Mr. Kosgrovich shot Mr. Van Thorpe, but my son was the one who bought and loaded the pistol. I may not like that, but these are the facts of the case.
Cannon is my son, my boy. I don't understand what this is about. He would never do this. He would never do any of this. My brother Cannon's connection to Mr. Kosgrovich has nothing to do with the murder trial, and you should all be ashamed of yourselves for dissecting his life like this.
He's innocent. Let him go home.
Mr. Kosgrovich was in the house. He shot Mr. Van Thorpe. He was in a frenzy, screaming about this thing and that. You think he didn't shoot Lord Stefan? Let me put it this way. He had a gun. He followed my son out to the beach house. And like my son, he's clinically insane.
Max did it. He wanted Stefan dead so he could take Lady Catelyn and her son over the border and hide from the authorities. Catelyn had money, you see, and he didn't.
Did Max Satterstan kill a man? I don't know. I never would have thought he could. That being said, I managed the Satterstan accounts before his divorce, and he certainly wasn't paying his dues. He's guilty of tax evasion. I would estimate he owes millions of dollars, maybe more.
I don't owe anyone anything. Look, if you think I shot Stefan, a man I never knew, never heard of, never saw, never bought a gun to kill, never encountered, never even met, you are sorely mistaken. Ladies and gentlemen, I would urge you to take my word, or else risk putting 2 documented lunatics back onto the street where they can hurt more people. Your own family, perhaps? They should be locked up somewhere, don't you think?
They didn't let Cannon testify. According to the court records, he pled insanity, but that doesn't make any sense at all. He's not insane. Is he troubled? Maybe. But anyone who was there in the beach house that night was troubled. He's not insane, and he certainly didn't have any involvement in the death of Lord Stefan.
What about his involvement with Silas Kosgrovich?
Silas wasn't in the house when Stefan died. All witnesses, except for my father, agree on that. And police records indicate that the police department in Juris tampered with evidence to plant the guns they'd found outside of the house on my brother. Why would anyone believe my father's version of events?
It says here your brother Cannon has been institutionalized 4 times, and this is his 3rd arrest.
What's that supposed to mean? You think he did it?
Relax. I'm just presenting the evidence. We have to show both sides of the story, or listeners will accuse us of having a bias.
A bias towards what? Telling the truth?
What was it like growing up under Max and next to Cannon?
I don't know. What do you want me to say? Max was a standard issue deadbeat dad. He was around for me the most, which was almost never. He was around for my siblings even less. I never understood why you guys had him on the radio so much. He's a waste of airtime. He's just some run-of-the-puppy mill asshole. Is it because he donates money? If so, I would expect he's about to become a lot less valuable.
Is it true about Cannon?
Is what true about Cannon?
That he,
That he's
A queer, you mean? That's his story to tell. But it's certainly not evidence of murder. I should know. I'm a non-heterosexual myself.
What?
Spotlight on Eric.
Sure. But what does it matter? I'm still the least interesting Satterstan, all things considered. I'm a bank intern. I watch birds. I live with my mother and her boyfriend. Why do you think Max chose me as his heir? I kept my eyes shut in my own bubble of mundanity. That's why Max wanted me. He knew I'd never disobey him. I was boring. But forget about me. Gah, that's easily done. What I want you to remember, listeners of the NHPR and the HPR and any of those other acronyms, I want you to remember the other half of my childhood bedroom. It's a lot messier than mine. There's wigs lined up at the foot of the bed. There are ukuleles hanging on strings over the head of the bed. There's a vanity set with makeup strewn all over the counter, nail polish peeking out of the drawers, and garments I can't even identify in the dresser. The bed itself, though, is stark. All that's on the bed is an old family quilt that my mother tucks in when she makes the bed every night. She thinks he's going to come home. He won't. Wherever he is, I'm sure his bed is equally stark. We can't find him, of course, because my father's lawyers petitioned the court to admit my brother to the sanatorium under a false name. Cannon is my older brother by 40 minutes. He taught me how to climb up onto a roof. He painted my nails. He showed me how to drink beer out of the bottom of the can. He's my twin. I was born with him.
Lights flash. Cannon appears on stage laughing. The lights go down. He appears on another part of the stage, trying on a wig. Lights go down. He appears right behind Eric, watching him with a blank look on his face.
And I'll be honest, I don't know if I can live without him.
Lights flash. Cannon is gone.
We're working to overturn the ruling, but it may not ever happen. We're trying to convince the sanatorium to tell us where he is, but that is even less likely. My family and I are trying our best, but it may not be enough. Max, his lawyers, and even his dedicated fans have spun this narrative that my brother deserves to be locked up for one reason or another. That's why I'm on the radio tonight. I'm not here to talk about myself. Cannon wasn't allowed to testify at his own trial. I'm here to talk about him, though I'm not sure my words will be enough either. I want my brother to come home.
Lights back up on the studio. The journalists stare in shock.
What? You wanted lascivious details about my family? Go fuck yourselves.
Eric rips the microphone off his shirt and exits destructively, kicking over all the equipment on his way. After he is gone, journalist number 1 and number 2 readjust, staring out at the audience.
Welcome back to NHPR. I think we're gonna have to edit that part out later.
It's live, idiot.
Oh, that was actually live? I thought we...
No, you were the one who said, wouldn't it be great if we did an interview live with Eric Satterstan? Live. It's been live.
I think your microphone is out.
My microphone is out? Oh, now that's a fucking surprise. Recording at your studio with your shit-ass equipment? Big fucking surprise.
Okay. Well, that's been possibly the last Satterstan Family Hour we're ever going to have. Tune in next week for something else, I guess. Probably with a different radio host. But thanks anyway for listening to the HNPR, the Horan National Public Radio.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you, and they'll never find your body.
And HPR. Don't forget about those guys. Good night, everyone.
Lights go down on the recording studio. Lights out. Act 2, Scene 9. Lights up on a dinner table. Eric and Jonathan are finishing their meal. The phone rings. Jonathan sighs.
Sorry, the phone's been ringing all day and it's driving me nuts, Eric. I don't know if you know this, but your father leaked your mother's phone number to the tabloids last night.
Sounds like him.
Yeah, I didn't have to want to worry you, sport, but at this point we might have to take the thing off the wall. The number of calls today, just ridiculous people, Max Satterstan fanatics.
All day? You mean you were home all day? Don't you have work?
I was their best middle manager.
You mean...
I'll have to find other work. I heard the circus is hiring.
No, they couldn't have fired you just because it's not even your fault. None of this is your fault.
Don't you worry about me. I knew what I was getting into when I found out the Ross Corps let you go from your internship. I wanted answers. Don't you worry about me. I knew what I was getting into. When I found out that Ross Corps let you go from your internship, I wanted answers. The higher-ups told me it was because of that radio interview you did, the one where you talked about your brother, and I said, what could possibly be the issue with that? My supervisor told me, he said that Ross Corps doesn't hire sexual deviants. I said it was outrageous. I mean, in this modern age, God, some people. So I said, to hell with it. Eric's like a son to me. I'm not going to be quiet about this. You know, I worked there for so long, I really thought I mattered to them, but they decided it wasn't profitable for Ross Corps to have either of us as front-facing employees.
Gods, this is all Max. Everything. He did this. Someone has to do something.
Eric, some things you can't do anything about.
Someone has to do something.
We've gone through all the proper channels.
Screw the proper channels. Someone has to do something.
Like what?
Theophania and Jovanka run on stage. Theophania is wearing a lab coat and Jovanka is wearing hospital scrubs.
Eric, we need your help with some potentially legal activities. More specifically, we need a ride. You have a car, right?
I do. Where are you going?
You know, women and their mysterious female bodies. It's the monthlies for both of us. We're going on vacation to Marienburg.
You can't fool me, young lady. I know what the menstrual cycle is.
Okay, fine. We're breaking Cannon out of the sanatorium.
Jvanka!
Sorry, we're not breaking Cannon out of the sanatorium. Eric, are you in?
John, please don't tell my mother about this conversation.
I will be telling your mother about this conversation. But only if I can help. I've never been part of a heist before.
What were you thinking, impersonate a doctor?
Exactly. I'm the on-call psychiatrist who was just called in due to an emergency. She's the on-call security guard.
I have a lot of pent-up rage.
Here's what we were thinking.
Oh, can I be the diversion? I know just what to do.
Spotlight on Jonathan. He ad-libs a diversion.
Good evening, everyone. I'm an agent from Ross Core Banking Corporation. I'm here to inform you that this location has been seized by the bank for failing to pay its mortgage. Yes, I'd love to speak to the manager. Yes, and their manager. Oh, you're not in charge of finances. May I speak to someone who is? Yes, I understand, but it says right here you haven't been paying. Yes, I'm afraid we'll have to shut down all of this immediately. I would advise everyone in the lobby to leave before the police arrive. Yes, I'd love to speak to the manager.
And then Shvanka and I can sneak past. Shvanka will block the hallway while I go and grab Cannon and book it for the exit.
This hallway is shut down. No, I don't know why. I believe there was an emergency situation. No, I don't know what emergency situation. You'll have to use an alternate route and leave through the main exit. Sorry for the inconvenience. But I was told not to allow anyone past this point. The doctors and nurses are handling the situation, whatever situation it is.
And we'll also need a getaway driver. Eric?
What? I can't do that.
You've got a license. Just wear some sunglasses and drive fast and swerve around a lot. It's easy. Okay, everyone, let's take it from the top.
All start rehearsing for the heist at the same time. Jonathan pretends to create diversion. Jovanka yells at people in an imaginary hallway, and Eric pretends to drive a getaway car. Suddenly, the phone rings. Eric runs to get it.
Hello?
Lights on Sybil as Lady A.
Eric? Eric Satterstan?
Look, I've had just about enough of this. I'm really busy right now, so...
I didn't do this for you.
What?
I heard you on the radio last night talking about your brother. You're right. Cannon is innocent. Someone has to do something. So, I did something.
What? Who is this?
I didn't do this for you. I did it for Cannon.
Did what for Cannon?
Check your front door. Goodbye, Eric Satterstan.
Sybil hangs up and exits. Eric drops the phone and runs stage right. As he does, Cannon enters, wearing a hospital gown and appearing faint.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh my god.
The others rush Cannon into a seat at the table before he collapses. Eric, Jonathan, Theophania, and Jovanka all wait at Cannon's side.
What happened?
I don't even know. The entire time I was in the ward, they kept telling me I wasn't allowed visitors. Then today someone says I've got a visitor. The nurses put me in a wheelchair and wrapped my head in a bandage as a disguise, I think. They took me outside the sanatorium and tossed me in the backseat of some limousine. I started to panic. I demanded to know what was going on. The driver, a woman in a black veil, said her name was Lady A. She said she was taking me home. I don't know who the hell she was, though. She never took off her veil. She dropped me off at the house and, well, I'm here.
Before anyone can respond, Brittany runs on stage. Cannon stands up and they embrace. Spotlight on Brittany and Cannon.
Is this real?
I was thinking the same thing myself.
Are you home then? Home for good?
I want to be. Mom, I'm sorry.
For what?
I knew you... Eric told me you put out food every meal. You made the bed every night, but I didn't come home. I'm sorry for the last 10 months before Dad died, or fake died. And a lot of stuff that happened before that, too. I didn't think I deserved to be a part of this family, so I cut myself out of it. I must have thought I was so great that I was doing everyone a favor by leaving. But each night I spent it in a motel or on a couch or in a gutter. All I wanted was to be back in that old twin bed. I just didn't think I deserved it.
Where were you for 10 months?
Where was I? In New Champlains, of course, strung out and broke. On a good day, I was living on the floor of some awful man who treated me exactly the way I thought I deserved. The newspaper's story was that I was some hedonistic diva. I wish that were true. On a good day, I was on somebody's floor, a couch, bed, or bathtub. But most of the time, I was alone. That's the truth. That's where I've been for the last 10 months before Dad died.
They hug. Brittany places her son's face in her hands. Cannon mouths something inaudible. Brittany says 3 words in response, and they hug again. Cannon addresses the rest of the group.
So, I've been gone for a while. Dad's probably locked away somewhere, right? Right.
Well, in terms of your father's court case, he's battling legal issues in 3 provinces. One was tax evasion, one was wire fraud, and then there was this case where he pushed a bellboy down a flight of stairs and killed him. His lawyers are dragging things out. It might be years before anything happens.
Is he going to get out of all of that? I mean, it's not his first time getting caught.
We don't know. He was a cop, and a politician, and a wealthy and powerful businessman. The charges are serious, but it's nothing he hasn't gotten out of before. I think the best that can happen is the bankruptcy makes him give up his businesses to the state, and the rest of the charges bog him down for the rest of his life. That's if we're lucky.
Well, the important thing is that you're home, Cannon, now. Everything is going to be okay. It's all going to be okay.
No. No, it isn't. And it won't be.
He's right. Not too long ago, I received the news that my father, Max Satterstan, was dead. My life was simple then, and I thought it would stay that way. But I was quickly confronted with the dark truth. The truth I either didn't know or was too afraid to admit. The mistakes he's made. Nah, the way he's hurt the people I love, I can never forgive him. Cannon is right. It isn't okay. Nothing is going to make it okay.
Has he said anything to you since we got back?
Once. He made a phone call when he was in jail.
Lights change. Max appears on stage left.
Eric, my son, I know I haven't been the best father, but I need someone on my side. If this legal stuff goes south, it won't, but in case it does, I need someone to take over the family business. You're the only one I can trust not to run them into the ground. Can you do it? Well, can you?
You know, I never actually got the chance to speak to you at the beach house, even though everyone else did.
Was there something you wanted to say?
Yeah, one thing. Don't put me in the will next time.
Lights change. Max is finally gone.
It wasn't for what he did to me. It was for what he did to everyone else. It's unfixable, unforgivable, inexcusable. I can't sit with it, but I have to. When I saw him, alive, in the beach house, I thought to myself, the worst thing possible has happened, and there is nothing anyone can do about it. I hated him so much then. I wanted to hurt him.
He's invincible, you know. We're not going to get justice. He's going to leave that courtroom and walk free. He won't get what he deserves, so neither will we.
We won't. It's true. Everything we wanted to say to him in that beach house, we said it, and he wasn't even sorry. He broke us. He isolated us from each other so much that we didn't know about each other's existence until the will came out.
Why do you think that was? How come I never knew about you two?
Oh, that's no mystery.
He didn't want you to know about us, you specifically, Eric, because he wanted to isolate you from us, to make you his perfect heir. As for the rest of us, he didn't want us to know we had each other. But we know that now. Maybe that doesn't change anything. Maybe that doesn't make anything better. But we have each other now, don't we?
We do. We have each other. We always did have each other.
Hey, really quick.
Yeah?
If we weren't going to heist Cannon out of the sanatorium, why did we bother getting into fake scrubs?
Oh, well, we did have a heist scene in the book, but it was cut for the time in the play.
Damn.
Boys, Eric, Cannon, I have some very important news. You might want to sit down. Jonathan?
Yes. Right, well, your mother and I are getting married.
Really? Don't be rude, Shvanka. Look how happy they are.
No, it's not that. I just don't get why there's a whole wedding, but we didn't get our heist scene.
Well, the wedding scene is important because it ties up all the loose ends.
I should write a sequel. Then we can have a heist scene.
A sequel to a play? No one would come.
Nah, they'd come. I just have to market it right. A heist scene, a few musical numbers, an onstage boxing match. People would come, Theo. I know they would.
I don't have time for this. I need to get ready for the wedding.
The heist scene would have better costumes.
All exit. Blackout. Act 2, Scene 10. Lights change. The tune, Here Comes the Bride, is played. First on a piano, then on several violins, then on a big swing band. Off stage, someone is singing an old tune, a prayer. A glass crunch is heard, and a cheer follows. Lights up on Jonathan and Brittany, standing by a table. Brittany is holding a plate with a slice of white cake on it. They each take a fork and feed each other a bite of cake, giggling. On the rest of the stage, people are dancing. Eric stands downstage with a glass of wine in his hand, avoiding everyone. He raises the glass and toasts to the audience.
Here's to the happy couple. My mom and stepdad. Wow. What more can I say about them? They continued their quiet suburban life, only this time with rings on their fingers. Jonathan ended up getting another job as a philosophy professor at the local community college. He's their best one, he says.
Brittany and Jonathan dance their way off stage.
Here's to my sisters. Jovanka won a boxing championship, and countless boxing championships after that. She opened a new window for women in boxing, as well as a new line of athleisure fitness clothes.
Jovanka appears on center stage, teaching Baron the correct boxing stance. Baron takes a swing, and she catches his fist.
But more importantly, she used her fortune to lobby for reforms in the orphanage system, namely funding and government oversight, both here and abroad.
Jovanka gives the audience a military salute and then exits.
Theophania got a PhD in psychology and went on to be a world-famous marriage counselor. She wrote 15 books and had her own radio show on Sunday nights.
Theophania comes out of the crowd, dancing with flapper number 2.
She moved into a one-bedroom apartment in New Champlains with a woman she met while we were at a speakeasy in Vinovastock. She never married, but she and her roommate hosted the best parties.
Flapper number 2 kisses Theophania's hand. Theophania bashfully takes her hand away and gives a small wave to the audience. The two of them exit together.
Here's to the Van Thorpe family. Lady Catelyn and her son came to my mother's wedding, but I haven't seen them since. Lady Catelyn fervently denies that her son's father is anyone other than the late Stefan Van Thorpe. She declined any child support from Max Satterstan, refused to testify in any of the court cases, and signed away her right to inheritance. She now lives with her sister in Marienburg. She sends us cards on birthdays and holidays, but won't say how she knows us.
Lady Catelyn rushes to her son, who is sitting on the ground. Baron gets to his feet, and she begins to push him off stage.
Baron's a good kid, though. Next time I'm in Jurist, I'll be sure to pay him a visit.
Catelyn and Baron exit hastily, looking behind themselves to make sure nobody sees.
And here's to...
As Eric raises his glass, a woman emerges from the crowd and runs right into him. He drops the wine, spilling it all over her pale yellow dress. Both of them freak out. Eric bends down to help her. The woman stands up and crosses her arms. It's Sybil.
Oh my god. Sybil.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Whether you meant it or not, it's done. It's done, and we both have to move past it. I won't say I'm not also to blame. I mean, I wasn't looking where I was going, and I ran right into you.
Yeah, but I spilled the wine.
It happens.
I should have spoken to you in person when I got back. I don't know why I didn't. I was a coward, Sybil. You deserved better than me.
No, I was pushy. I kept demanding things you didn't want to do. I pressured you for love, and that wasn't right.
I shouldn't have used you as a beard.
I shouldn't have used you as a sex toy.
I wish we'd just been friends. Remember that? I miss being friends with you.
Me too.
You think it would ever work out? If we tried it all over again, but this time only as friends?
Eric, I've got something to tell you. I'm moving in the fall. It's going to change things a lot. At least for me.
Right, the apartment. You're still going through with it.
Not an apartment. An estate.
I beg your pardon?
Eric, please, don't tell me you didn't know.
Didn't know what?
My last name.
It's,
My name? My full legal name is Antonia Sybil Van Thorpe. I was raised here due to my parents' feud with the late Lord Stefan. I assumed I wouldn't inherit the title due to being far from the line, but Lady Catelyn signed away her son's right to inheritance. I think it's because she doesn't want a paternity dispute.
So you're what, Lady Van Thorpe?
Lady A. And screw you for not knowing my last name.
Sorry, I guess it just never came up. I figured I was the celebrity child out of the two of us. So you're inheriting the Lord House. Does that mean you're moving to Juris now?
Yeah. And I've got to brush up on all those courtship rules that people care about over there. Lady Catelyn said she's going to teach me when I get there. It'll be a lot, I'm sure.
So, what does that mean for us? Can I still talk to you?
Of course. You can write to me anytime you like, and you're welcome to visit the estate anytime you please. Plus, the Van Thorpes have a telephone. So get ready for some really, really long phone calls.
I will.
So, are you going to ask me to dance? You've been standing in a corner by yourself all night, staring at your drink. Please tell me you can still dance with women, even if you don't date them?
It would be an honor. It's a pleasure to meet you, Lady A.
And you, Mr. Satterstan.
Your Highness, I envy your short and unobstructed rise to fame and money. I tried that once, and it didn't work out so well.
You know what?
What?
I envy you too. I heard you got a job in ornithological research at the local university. I heard it's paid too.
Yeah, the only paid birdwatching job this side of the tarmac. It's not much, but it's better than a dead-end bank internship, that's for sure.
Eric takes Sybil into the crowd, and they dance. There's no stiffness, no hesitation, no forced rehearsal. They dance for a while as the band plays on and the music swells. Someone taps Sybil on her shoulder, and they change partners. Sybil curtsies and exits. Eric finds another glass and raises it to toast. He glances around, but when he can't find his target, he toasts to the audience.
Here's to Sybil. Wait, I'm missing someone.
Missing someone?
Eric turns on his heels, and Cannon is right behind him.
How did you...
Twin telepathy. No, I just saw you standing here all by yourself. Did Mom tell you?
Tell me what?
I've got the bees, Eric. The money came in.
Money? What, from Dad?
Pried from him like teeth. Yes, I won the lawsuit. Dad and his lawyers tampered with my confession, which was illegal, and the court made them each pay me a hefty settlement.
How much?
More than I could have possibly imagined. But I've decided to start small. I can't squander it right away. I'm enrolling in art school, and thanks to Mom's help, I've got an apartment.
You do?
You'll never guess where. Oh, I'll tell you. It's Dad's old apartment. He had to sell it to pay all those legal fees.
That's good, Cannon. That's great.
You know, it's a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. You know, if you can think of anyone who'd like to move in. It's a big apartment, but it gets pretty lonely sometimes because it's just me in there.
I can think of someone.
He's willing to move out of his childhood bedroom?
Yes, he's willing. His childhood ended a long time ago.
Well, he's going to have to work and pay rent. I can't just have some bum wandering the streets of New Champlains, snorting drugs off the couches of strangers.
God, I'm sorry I ever said that to you.
It's okay. I mean, you weren't wrong. But that was back then. I've got an apartment. I'm in school. Everything's gonna be different now, Eric. You have no idea.
Here's to Cannon. He quit smoking this week.
And here's to Eric, my roommate and dearest little brother.
Only by 40 minutes.
Best 40 minutes of my life.
Hey.
All freeze. A beat.
A quaint home. A very old family with twin brothers. One of the brothers is messy, while the other is neat, but collecting dust. Posters and various children's drawings cover the peeling wallpaper, but there are no toys or children's clothes to be seen. A diagram of constellations on the ceiling with red graffiti that reads, Canon Satterstan was here, and Eric Satterstan too. A wedding. A mostly eaten cake, an array of chatty family members gathered at the table. A few loose children running around, a few exhausted parents rounding them up. telling them they need to get ready to leave. As the wedding party ensemble disperses and disappears, the band continues to play. The notes seem to crash into each other as each instrument seems to take a life of its own, and everything plays all at once, louder and louder and louder. Guitars and cymbals and trumpets crashing together into pure noise. Somewhere on the rocky shores under the cliffs, there's a beach house. No one knows how long it has been there. What we do know is that, right now, 2 detectives are standing outside, taking notes for a report. The door swings open and paramedics carry out a body on a stretcher. It is wrapped in a tablecloth, and the only piece visible is a hand with a large ruby ring on the pointer finger. When the body makes its way down the wooden steps, the paramedics put it in an ambulance. They look at each other, and they shake their heads. Beneath them, the local police install barricades and wrap caution tape around the porch. Eventually, that time will pass. The city council will avoid demolishing the building due to budget restrictions. Eventually, they will simply forget about it. The beach house will remain, and so will the broken windows and the rotting furniture and the cockroach-infested kitchen and the blood stains on the floor, which sink in deeper and deeper, pooling in the center until the wood turns black. People will come and go. New families will move into the neighboring homes. Children will be born, never knowing why they're forbidden from that part of the beach, straight down from the jetty and under the cliffs. These children will in turn raise children of their own. At their own risk, they will peel away the tape, climb the rotted steps, and push open the remains of that ancient door. After all, there are 2 types of families. The ones that know about the beach house, and the ones that have yet to discover it. On stage, the lights begin to dim. The music, which has crescendoed to a deafening volume, begins to fade away, piece by piece, note by note, instrument by instrument. As it does, it is replaced by the sound of waves crashing against a rocky shore. Curtain.
We would like to personally thank the teaming masses of Bike Club and WBCR for their enabling of the production of The Beach House. We would also like to thank
Jasmine Kingsbury, sound technician and editor. Anson Fawn, sound technician. Finn Waterman, sound technician. Bridget Liebertrue-Court, audition manager.
and our faculty sponsors, Tamara Katavjian, Cullen Murphy, Daniel Borowski. Special thanks to the team at Celeb for their support in this production, and Esme, Bike Club's emotional support animal.
And thank you for listening to The Beach House.